Hello, I want to welcome everybody to the Doug Lockridge Coaching Show. I'm Jared Schoonover, here with Coach Doug Lockridge. And Coach, Phase 1's complete. We've talked about it for a couple weeks now. Got to talk about it on Friday nights as far as how the season is broken up for you in different phases. I would assume that you couldn't be more pleased with Phase 1 being a winning season and getting ready to go into conference play on a good note after P Ridge.
Football is everybody's just so giddy to get to that first game. And that, after you get to that, you see all the things you got to work on real quick in those first 3 weeks to try to get ready for conference. And we had a good first 3 weeks. We came out of that 2-1, minimal injuries, but we were able to grow in those 3 weeks and hopefully fix the things we needed to fix, move some position players around, do some things differently, things we liked, didn't like. So going into, conference now, it's time where everybody goes in 0-0, and now everybody's playing to get a chance to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Coach, one thing that you got to look at from a positive note in the 3 games, you're that close from being 3-0 really in this phase. And obviously it's as our kids really learn to win as you develop this football program going in. But there's a lot of things, even in our loss, that I think that we could take away from that because our kids competed and they put themselves in position to have a chance to win that football game, which is a big step for the program. And I think the other big step that can oftentimes go unnoticed is a team that's a program that you're building that is learning to win, and they are winning. One of the biggest things, not only you want to play those teams that are equal or a little bit better to you close and have a chance to win, but the teams that you are better than, you want to have the ability to put them away and put them away early. And can you talk a little bit about that, in the non-conference season, the 2 wins that we have in the 2-1 season, really we've been able to step on both Heritage and P Ridge early and not let up off the gas.
Well, I just think that shows our growth from year 1 to year 2. Last year the Rogers Heritage game was a tight game, came down to the end of the second half. Last year, the Alma game was more than a 2-score defeat. P Ridge game came down to the last series. So we have shown the growth on winning, on how we win now. I mean, I think someone told me that was the first Siloam Mercy Rule victory in over 10 years. So our kids never been on that side of that. So how do you react? How do you finish the game out? How do you take care of the football, do the things, not let them back in it? So that was big for us to learn how to win and how to learn how to win in that way.
I mean, you think about that gap, when you talk about some of our boys that are juniors, that means that they were probably in first grade, or seniors in second grade, since the last time that was where Siloam Springs football was at. So it's come a long ways in really a short period of time with you. We're just really in what I would consider 13, 14 months into your time here, going into your second season in the first 3 games, going into conference. But let's step back. I think one thing we don't want to do, we had a bye week, right? So we had a little bit of a gap here, but we don't want to not celebrate what happened 2 weeks ago with P Ridge. We talked about a man in Tony Travis that we knew going into it would always have his kids playing hard and maximize the talent that he has and what he does on the football field. And we knew that would be the case with Coach Travis. But could you talk a little bit about the success? Really, we saw success in all 3 phases of the game. And if it comes down, I would think that you would agree with this, both our defensive and offensive lines won the battle of the line of scrimmage. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think we kind of set the tone from the very first snap of the ball game. That was the first game we had to go offense first, and to be able to drive down and score and put points on the board first. The difference in classifications from 3A to 4A, 4A to 5A, 5A to 6A, 6A to 7A, one of the biggest discrepancies is offensive and defensive linemen, and not totally just size and strength, but that as well as numbers. So we are at that point now where we have good numbers, where a lot of them don't have to play both sides of the ball. They will back each other up, so they're fresh on both sides, but we're also bigger and stronger than we had been. So I think you saw a difference in that, and we've really been able to do that the first 3 weeks. Now this week will be a little different because we're getting in against a 6A team, but to be able to lean on those guys and to be able to physically impose your will, offensively and defensively is a big thing. Especially when you get into the second half and third and fourth quarter, and when the other teams are getting tired and your guys are just getting amped up.
Yeah, we talked about it against Alma really, a couple weeks ago when we were talking in the coaching show. A lot of times you're seeing 3 and 4 yards a pop in that first half, and then that changes as the game goes on to 6, 7, and 8 yards a pop, especially when you get that rhythm going on offense and you get going downhill, and that's just the success that happens. And you really take advantage of teams that play guys on both sides up front, and you see it then also your defensive line get the benefit of that too. Just that kid's a little slower getting into the set. That kid's not coming off the ball quite as hard, and you're beating him to the punch. So can you speak a little bit? We talk about your offensive line. It is, to me, it's a standout thing right now on our football team. It's a lot of fun to watch. I love seeing, especially you can really see it in zone because everything right now is in unison. You can see the kids understand the concept. They're getting better at it week in and week out. But let's flip over to the other side of the ball because I think that our defensive line is something that we've got a couple pretty special players on there and some players that you can see through the first 3 weeks that have grown and really come into their own as far as because you are playing kids on one side of the football. Can you talk a little bit about the defensive line?
Well, Coach Benson, that's his baby is the defensive line, and with him being the defensive coordinator, obviously that's his special. And then just having the time with those guys, the individuals, so many periods a day to sharpen their craft. We knew the guys that were going to be really good on the defensive line, and we knew what they were capable of. But where we have grown is the guys that we didn't know were going to be there and how they have transitioned and how they've grown, like the Marcus McKnights, the Connor Robbins, the Blake Huffs, the Adrian Salazars, those guys that have just emerged. And I mean, we know what Boaz can do. We know what Isaac Calderon can do. But the way those guys have grown and now complete as a unit. And, our defensive line makes our linebackers better. Our defensive line makes our secondary better. So, we're pretty young. We've got some returning starters at the linebacker core, but one of them's in a different position, and one of them was a sophomore last year. We got a new one starting outside linebacker, and then we got two new. We got a new corner breaking in. So they have made the rest of our defense just better.
I think it's really obvious, and people sometimes will look at a kid and when they don't come from a background that you come from in coaching, they look at maybe, man, that Stolovich kid that's a sophomore, boy, he'd be a great nose. He'd be special if he was a nose. He probably would be. If you played him on that side of the ball, he probably would be. But what happens when you commit to another body to develop that body, what happens is by week 5, week 6, week 7, that kid's ready to roll, and you're a better football team because you're now a man deeper. And I see that with our defensive line. I feel like it seems to be that we are deep. We do have some rotation going on there with guys coming in and out, and some of them are probably offensive first guys on the offensive line. But the core of that unit is a one side of the ball unit, and it's pretty special. Then you got the kid in Boaz that. Boaz Benson, he plays with a lot of energy. He's fast. He's got a good first step. He's got a good punch with his hands. There's a lot of things that Boaz does well. And even I see a big difference between his sophomore year and his junior year, even him coming down flat on the line of scrimmage, how much faster he is. That's a credit to the offseason that you guys are doing with Coach Benson and yourself as far as just quickness and speed. But there's just a lot of positives that you see on both sides as far as both offensive and defensive line. Can you talk a little bit about the Pea Ridge game? Who was your player of the game, and who are some of the guys? You talked a little bit about it already, but who are some of the guys that stood out overall?
Well, our Farm Bureau player of the game this week was Titus Benson, 9th grade quarterback. He accounted for over 200 total yards, passing and running that game. He had his best night throwing the football that night, so he really grew, as a player. And we're going to see that every week with him. He's going to get in some trouble, and he's going to get some good defenses, but just his character and his personality, he's a no-brainer for that position just because he's a competitor, and he will leave it all out there. And he's not scared. He's a 14-year-old kid running against 18-year-old men, but he will stick his nose in there and do what he has to do. But he really led us that game. Of course, Mason Short again running the football was great with him. We were without Ryan Estacio last game, so Mason got the bulk of that. We did run Titus a little more and do some misdirection things with Jack and people like that, but for the most part, it was those two. Again, offensive line played great. Defensively, we got the turnovers, got the things we needed to do, and special teams were big again, last week.
I agree. One of the things, Coach, that in talking about Titus Benson, obviously we want to start out talking about that offensive line because it's so easy to talk about the skill guys. But when you talk about Titus, one of the things I love about Titus, and it's a real test for kids, and really for me as a former quarterback guy, I wanted my quarterback to be the first guy up. When he took a shot, it's a mentality thing, and it's a mindset, and it really sells to the defense. Let's go again. I'm ready for you. You gave me your best shot. And for a young kid, he's going to take some of those throughout the game. There's probably more talking going out there than what we realize of those upperclassmen talking to that freshman on the opposing side. But you always notice the thing I love about Titus Benson, even when he gets smoked, which he does sometimes, that's going to happen in the game of football, he's the first to get back up on his feet. And that's a mentality that sells and bleeds into the rest of your team, which is very evident. It's just exciting. I'm excited to see. I agree, obviously, Titus threw the ball well, throwing the ball well off of really because you develop so much in the run game. One thing that we saw this game, and, I think in the coaching show, you try not to talk too much scheme because you want to believe, they got plenty. They're watching huddle and everything's out there, the opponent, but you don't want to talk about keys and reads and all that, in your coaching show. But one of the things that's evident, and they'll see it on huddle at Lake Hamilton, I'm sure, we broke out the counter this last game and really had a lot of success running with that counter play off the wide zone. Can you talk a little bit about how the wide zone set that up and how the wide zone has set up the counter and set up the play action game?
Well, obviously, we base our offense out of the wide zone. That's the first thing we teach day one in 7th grade, and just getting to where our linemen can run that in their sleep and the backs knowing how to make the cuts and all those things. But you obviously got to have something to go off that, which is our boot game, and then also misdirection with the counter. So getting defenses to flow fast, because you have to flow fast to take away the wide zone, but when they overcompensate for that, then we have to have something to be able to, okay, they're doing this, so what can we do now? So to have that and put that counter in last week, that's always been in our toolbox. Coach Marsh just did a good job with the step-by-step process of putting this offense. You also got to remember this, we started putting this offense in the middle of May. So our defense, we ran this whole same defense last year. It wasn't new to us. The kids knew it going in. Offensively, we're still a work in progress. So there's still things that we're adjusting to and implementing that we still don't have in there yet.
To stop that wide zone, it's so much of a stress on the defense because whether they're going to over a line and kick the front to the wide zone to the strength of the formation, or whether they're going to slant to it. But that backside inside linebacker taking away the cutback on the zone, you start to see that, the counter's out the gate. And we saw that last game in multiple sets as far as and I love watching Coach Marsh. You can tell he has a really understanding of just man count in the box, and understands how to get defenses aligned, how he wants to get them aligned, and then attack the alignment. Very impressed with Coach Marsh the first 3 games. A lot of fun to watch. So can you talk to everybody now about, I know you probably had a mindset of the bye. That's a learning process for young kids too, oftentimes. Can you talk a little bit about how you transitioned through the bye week, what the goal was of the bye week, and kind of your schedule now into the game week?
Well, it's really tricky, and it's really a sticky situation. It can be a slippery slope either way on how you treat a bye week. Until I came to Siloam, I'd always played week 1, 2, 3. We kept week 0 getting ready for week 1, so there never really had a bye week. In years past, at previous places, we had got the first round bye because we were the conference champions, so you had to keep that the same during the playoffs, which was tough because if you look, a lot of times, a lot of teams that come off that bye don't do so well, depending on how you treat it. We treated it business as normal. The whole thing about the bye week is keeping routine, trying to keep everything on schedule. Now, we didn't put in the hours and hours of time and hitting that we do in our normal week, so we had some time to heal up. But, we made more time for video and weights. We had regular practices Tuesday and Wednesday, barring no lightning or anything. We had to adjust some practices and stuff last week for that. Same way through Thursday, and then ended up with a Friday lift and go chance. But we kept it normal as usual. We had practice. Kids were here. They were working. We didn't let them go at 3 o'clock every day just because we're off. But what it did, it allowed us to heal. We had some guys beat up. Now we're back full go with everybody we've had. So to be able to get that healing process going, get some extra treatment days in, just get our legs back underneath, because it's about to be a 7-week war.
It's that bye week lets you, I agree, the healing process as far as, you're right, because it's going to be a grind for the next 2 months, and hopefully a little bit longer than 2 months as we move into the playoffs with that possible opportunity. But when we look at just the health of the team, it looks like you talked briefly that we didn't have the running back. I know that's not something we're going to talk about in the show here, but from a standpoint of having that bye week to get back going and getting back healthy, just a lot of positivity and probably a lot of basic things. It's a great. I love when Arkansas about 6 years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago, started that week 0. And so it gives you a chance to go through your non-conference schedule and then have a break and a pause and teaching time to go back and reteach some things that, hey, these are the things we need to clean up, whatever it may be. And I can see that from week to week. The thing I love about our team right now is you can see the growth week to week. Let's move on. So we're headed 4 hours south. Talk a little bit about Lake Hamilton. A man that's been there for quite some time, a guy that you know from your past all the way back to college, and their head football coach, someone that loves to run the football and someone that understands the wing tee. And obviously, defensively, we got to understand how to stop. Maybe not the true old school wing tee all the time, but it's still wing tee concepts. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Coach Gilleron, who's we've met up many times in our professional career. Like I said, we were college buddies back at Arkansas Tech way in the early '90s. But Coach Gilleron has done the same through his coaching career at every school than what he's ever done. He's a wing tee guy. He's a power football guy. He's going to throw it when he has to. He's going to play base defense, make you earn it. All of his kids are physical, big, strong. He believes in the weight room. All the things. That's just a total description of his team every year. And it's no same thing at Lake Hamilton. They've got good numbers. He's got good size. The kids are bought into his scheme, and they're just a mold of what he wants in his program. But they're very well coached. It's going to be a 4-quarter battle. If we got to get it to the fourth quarter where we got a chance to win it and take advantage of that. They don't really do a lot of beating themselves. They're pretty disciplined and very fundamental. So we just got to go down there and play our brand of football and not give them any gifts.
I think that's one thing you see teams that run a style of offense like wing tee. You're going to see a physical mentality out of them, and really going to probably be physical on both sides of football generally because that's the way practice is every day for them, and they learn to be physical as far as just downhill kids and understand football and not beat yourself like you're talking about. Probably low turnovers, and it's something that we got to win that battle and have been successful. You called it out. I think it was in the scrimmage possibly. You said, I want to focus on our defense creating turnovers, and our defense has created turnovers here through the first 3 games. So hopefully we can continue that on. Got a couple more things here as we wrap this up, but I think one of the most underestimated things for young men is travel, and it's just something that's there. You wouldn't necessarily from the outside maybe think it's that big of a deal, but getting on a yellow dog bus and riding for 4 hours, changing your routine. Just talk a little bit about it is what it is, so it's going to come. How do we defeat that, and how do we overcome that as far as in preparation for it?
Well, first of all, the kids have got to know and understand how to travel, and that's the thing we built on last year was when we travel, this is how we travel. This is what we do, and this is how we act. This is who's on what bus, and how everything goes. As long there's structure in everything we do. Obviously, home field advantage means a lot. You get to stay there at your field house. You get to eat there at home. You get to hang out while you wait for everybody else to come to your place. So that's what Lake Hamilton is going to be able to do. We're going to make a day of it just because it's so long. We can't get on a bus and ride for 4.5 hours, get off and go play. So we're going to try to keep it as normal as possible. We're going to get in here and get our early morning workout, and then we're going to the Booster Club has done a great job planning the day for us. We're going to have a big team breakfast before we get on that bus, and then we're going to split it up. We're going to, at about 1.5 to 2 hour increments, we're going to drive to Arkansas Tech. They're gracious enough to let us go through, have a walk through there. We got that lined up so we can get off the bus, stretch our legs, and still have get mental reps of offensively, defensively, and special teams. Stretch out for about an hour, get back on, and we're going to try to make it to Benton, where we'll have team meal in the early afternoon, eat, and by the time we get through with that, it's about an hour and 10-minute trip to Lake Hamilton. So when we divide it like that, it makes it a lot less of an ordeal. And then obviously, when we go down there and win the ball game, we're going to load up, we're going to make it straight back and come straight back in 4 hours. So, but the kids understand how to travel. They know how to act on the bus. They know how to act in the restaurants, and that's just a testament to our community and parents and kids, and just knowing what to do, how to do what's right.
Yeah, we've got high character kids. There's no doubt about that, and it's full of a community that does understand that. It's something that's pretty special about Siloam Springs is the people of Siloam. You get down to Lake Hamilton. Game plan of getting down there. What time frame are you trying to get down to Lake Hamilton?
We always try to get there no later than 4:15ish. But just because the unloading and stuff, our training crew will be all set up and try to get down there and get everybody taped and get everybody rolling. we don't want to get right there, go put our pants on and go straight out one. We're going to take our time as much as we can. We'll start team meetings at about 5:15, and our first group goes out at 5:30. We are homecoming this week, so there's our chance to go win another homecoming game besides our own. So it's always good to go see how many homecomings you win in a year.
Yeah, no, I got a feeling as we grow as a program, and there'll be fewer and fewer homecomings scheduled for us in the future. I think it's something that I always took personal. Sometimes it's just the way the schedule works out, and that's probably the way it is at Lake Hamilton this year. We'll say that, but sometimes it's not the case, and I'm really confident what you're building. We're going to see fewer and fewer homecoming dresses out there on a Friday night when we go on the road. But when we, when we talk about just wrapping up this show, last question for you here. I want to give you a chance to talk to the community a little bit, talk to Panther Nation a little bit about the team, the direction you see the program going thus far, and just in year one, building a foundation of success this year for years to come. Just give you a chance to talk a little bit to Panther Nation.
Well, it's just very important with everything that we have going 7 through 12. Our middle school teams right now are competing and doing very well. They have both shown great improvement from last year. We're really excited about our 8th grade team has already won more games than we did last year. Our 7th grade team has done the same with this new group, so we're really excited about them. Our 9th grade has suffered a lot of injuries this year. They've played tough in every ball game, but there's a lot of those things they hadn't been able to overcome, but they are getting better each week still. And then obviously we have our JV guys that go out and play every Monday, and every game that we've went and played, the first half has been a knockdown, drag out, and our belief is we want to develop players. So if you're at practice and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're getting some reps on a Monday night. And our kids have grown. And you got to figure the guys that go out with us on a Monday night are guys that don't get very many snaps on a Friday. And I made the statement to them the other night, there's 17 9th grade juniors and sophomores that we left back at home that you put in that team makes a lot of difference. So we know the guys are already there at this place as far as growing. These guys are catching up to them because of all the things they're able to do to become a better player.
Yeah, I agree 100%, Coach. You're developing leading up. You don't want to forget the end results, what we're really concerned about as far as the game of football. Obviously, we're trying to develop our young men and people and give them all the traits to be successful in life. But from a standpoint of it's the end result of varsity football that we're focused on out. And don't overlook in 9th grade, anytime you pull up your 9th grade quarterback to play varsity, if he plays 9th grade football, it'll probably be a big impact, I'd say, with your 9th grade team. Just like they were a year ago, they were very successful as a group. I know you also had a big injury in there as well, besides at the quarterback position as well. So I know you got kids that are developing, kids that are doing a good job of the program. It's exciting to see what direction Siloam Springs football is going. Let's coach tomorrow night. Let's go get our first conference win, start out 1-0, and have a safe trip back. Encourage everybody that can't make it to Lake Hamilton, go down there and support the team. If you can't, catch the live stream tomorrow night. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good game, and I look forward to watching Siloam start the conference season 1-0. We want to welcome everyone tonight to Lake Hamilton as our Siloam Springs Panthers kick off conference season here down around Hot Springs, and with a big opportunity is what it is. It's been a long road trip down here, but a road trip that opens up conference play. We started off our first 3 games of the season going 2-1, winning our non-conference schedule. We're now in the second phase of the season, as we've talked about a couple times this year. Into the conference season, which is where it really starts, and everybody's starting out 0-0, and it's nothing but great opportunities. We're seeing a lot of positive things from this Siloam Springs football team. Every week they've gotten better. If you look at the situation, we're really just 7 points away from being undefeated right now. I'm joined by Andy Lloyd, our head baseball coach, and Tim Stewart, our head boys basketball coach. Guys, I've enjoyed working with you, and I've enjoyed getting a chance to watch these young men compete, and Coach Lockridge, what he's doing with this football program.
It's been a lot of fun. I'm really excited to get the conference season rolling. Seeing new places for me. Down here at Lake Hamilton, they got a nice setup, and I know the kids are excited. They got to take the entire day, basically, to get ready for this football game, and I know they're prepared, and I'm ready to see them compete.
Coach Stewart talked a little bit about talking about preparing as far as a road trip. Obviously, I think there's times, Coach, that you can take something like this early. And if you make a run late season and get into the playoffs, it might be a situation where you're going to travel 5 or 6 hours to go play a football game on a Friday night opening up playoffs. So talk a little bit about how you could use this trip for that advantage. Yeah, I think that one of the things I can say about this football team is I feel like week in and week out they've been prepared to compete. And I know that Coach Lockridge had a plan for today. We did our coaches show yesterday, and we talked a little bit about preparing to travel and with a mindset of getting down here and treating it like no different, but an opportunity to get better and an opportunity to open up conference play 1-0. Obviously, Lake Hamilton's a good football team. We're opening up, getting into 6A football, and we know that from a standpoint when you play 6A football, you're going to see some different athletes. And I fully expect that tonight from Lake Hamilton, a program that has a lot of pride and has had a lot of success in football over the years. One of the biggest things I think that we've got to do right out of the gate is, understand what Coach Gilliran is going to do offensively. They're going to start out with offense. They're going to run that football, and we got to win the battle of the line of scrimmage. And we've done that so far this year in all 3 games. Really, I feel like we've been successful winning the battle of the line of scrimmage. Great special teams player out of the gate. Starting the ball, where we at, Andy?
We're on the 28-yard line, I believe, with Ehud Aguilar. He kicked that down to about the 25. Very short return. Siloam Springs won the toss. They deferred to the second half. They're going to send the defense out first. And we'll see how Lake Hamilton comes out. Traditionally they've been a little wing T. I think, Coach, they may be trying to spread it out a little bit more. We'll see what they do here.
Even in the gun, they're still going to run. I'm sure that some wing T. I don't think they were set there. I like what we started out of the gate, though. Winning the battle of first down is going to be a big thing with 2 teams that run the ball successfully. Both Siloam Springs and Lake Hamilton do a great job of running the football, have a history of running the football, and we 2 completely different styles with zone and the weak T concept. But winning the battle of first down for running football teams is oftentimes dictates the tempo and what's going to happen over the course of the night.
2nd and 9. Jace Bohannon in the gun. He takes the snap. He's going to shovel it to the right side. That was Carson Jackson. It's going to bring up 3rd down, and we'll see 3. 3rd and 4.
Noticed right off the different ways to get the plays. And number 55, play now. Guy comes over to the sideline.
This is wing T at its finest. I know they're in the shotgun formation right here, but even that scheme right there, I mean, it's still a gap scheme mindset here.
had just a little trap play underneath, showing a little bit of a different look, and I'm sure for the people out here in the stands, they think that's exciting, but it's still wing tee concept as far as what they're running there.
3rd and 4. Bohannon keeps it himself up the middle. Makes a man miss off the right side. That's a gain of about 7, good enough for a first down.
Yeah, we had an opportunity there. It looked like we just we fired a gap there, and it looked like we missed the gap there, and they had success running the football. But again, I'm encouraged early on here. I know they picked up a first down, but I'm encouraged early on here, making a team that runs the football work and have to use all 3 downs to get that first down. I think there's going to be some positive things come out of this.
First down, Bohannon drops back. He's going to go over the top. He's got a man open. It's caught. That's for a big gain. He's going to be down at about the 17-yard line.
That's what you get out of this. You're going to get some play action, some stuff when safety start shooting down in that box a little bit. There's going to be things come out of it. You know, that really overall wasn't a great-looking pass. He floated it up there, gave plenty of time. The kid actually had to slow down. We had opportunity to react, just didn't quite get there in time.
That'll be 1st and 10. Ball's on the 17. Bohannon takes it. He's going to flip it to the right side. He's got a man open. That ball is caught down to the 5-yard line. It's going to be good enough for another first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Wolves.
Just basic slant play, one-on-one. We're loading the box, and I understand that's what we have to do. We got to take away the run tonight. If we're going to have success against Lake Hamilton, we've got to take away the run, and we're committing to that early on. We've got to win the battles out on the DBs in one-on-one situations.
Bohannon under center. He's going to hand it off to the left side. He's wrapped up. Going to push. It's close to the goal line. They're going to spot it just short. He's going to be inside the 1. That'll be 2nd and goal from the half-yard line.
Yeah, they did.
Inside the 10.
Got under center, got back to the roots of what they do here.
We'll bring up 2nd down and goal for the Wolves.
You know, Lake Hamilton is a 1-2 ball club. They played a tough schedule. Lakeside, as we just heard next door to us, Lakeside's a team that's had a lot of success this year already. Lost to an Arkadelphia team last week that, you know, is one of the best 4A programs in the state of Arkansas, a team that produces a lot of great athletes and had a lot of success over the last 5-6 years, winning multiple state championships. So they've been tested early this season. They are 1-2, but they're definitely a strong 1-2 team.
Second short. Bohannon keeps it himself up the middle. That's a touchdown for the Wolves. Yellow flag on the play.
I think we might have had a face mask there, possibly. Looked like we might have taken a helmet off. Let's see what happens. Let's see what the call is here. So you getting the signal? Yeah, we got a face mask on this. You know, here's the deal, guys, and we know this. All 3 of us having a background of being coaches. You guys obviously currently head coaches. It's about sometimes how you react to things in a ball game right out of the gate. Like Hamilton drives down and scores. Things are going to settle down in a football game, and you know, how we react here after this first drive is going to dictate a lot of things for us. But I fully predict us to respond here. You know, we really need to answer offensively, though, and not panic and know that it's a long football game. You know, they hit a big chunk play there, but
Marvin Garcia's extra point is good. It's going to be 7-0, 8:12 to go here in the first opening drive. And Coach, yeah, like you said, it's a long game. A lot of time. We'll make our adjustments.
yeah, you know, what's dangerous here really is you got to look for an onside kick here possibly, because anytime you're kicking off from the 45-yard line, there's no reason not to onside kick it. So let's see what they do here as far as if they're going to make a play on the onside or not.
Garcia tees it up. He's going to kick it through the back of the end zone.
Hey, we'll take that. I'm kind of surprised a little bit. I'm probably going to take a shot there at getting that ball back. At the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to give the opponent the ball on the 35-yard line. But we'll take it.
So
here comes the Panther offense, led by freshman quarterback Titus Benson. Mason Short in the backfield. Benson takes a snap, hands it off to Mason off the left side. He's going to be wrapped up for no gain.
Got a lot of penetration. That's one thing in the zone. They got some interior penetration on that right side. Anytime you get that interior penetration, it takes away that bend, in the zone. So in zone offense, when you're running the football, you're going to have what's called a bang or a bend. Bangs out the front gate, bends out the back, and in that case right there, anytime you get interior penetration, it makes it a one-way look in zone, which is not what you want.
Doubles formation. Smith comes across. Benson's going to roll out to his left. He's looking to throw. Now he's going to keep it up the left side. Gain of about 6. That'll bring up 3rd and 4. Oh, they're going to spot him out.
Yeah,
Gain of 5.
Step back just a little bit, but that's all right. Hey, I like the young man, what he did right there. He used his athletic ability, picked up positive yardage, picked up 6-7 yards. What were we, 2nd and 12 on that play, so picked up some positive yards. Let's see what happens here on 3rd down.
Benson. He's going to be sacked.
He out here on the perimeter. He was there.
He was looking for Schwaninger.
Yeah, we had numbers out here on the perimeter, but obviously didn't have an opportunity to get the ball off. Not the start that we wanted at Siloam Springs, but again, it's the start of the game here. We need a big stop of the defense. Obviously, it's pinned back deep. We need something big from the special teams too. We had numbers. We had a lot of space out here. Get the ball out there. Was it Stewart out here?
Yeah. Mason Shorts. Kick is end over end. It's fair caught right at the 49-yard line. Pretty good field position for Lake Hamilton.
Lake Hamilton's got some good-looking kids running out there. Some offensive linemen that are some square-shouldered kids that look like athletes. You're going to see. Again, we talked about it in the coaches show earlier in the week with Coach Lockridge. The biggest difference in 6A ball is what it's up front, what those offensive and defensive linemen look up front. We match that look. Right? We got the same looking kids as far as up front. We need to respond here on the 2nd drive.
And off the left side. Great defense there. It's tackled by number 44. That's Connor Robbins. For a gain of about 1.
One of the things you're going to see Lake Hamilton doing, they're pulling a tackle over. They're putting an extra man on one side of the ball consistently, creating an extra gap, and we got to make sure that we're gap sound. And I know that Coach Benson's going to make the adjustments on this. If you watch, they're putting an extra man over. Let's see if they do it again here. They've got a twins at the top, a wing down here at the bottom.
Bohannon rolling out to his
That's
left.
a hold.
He flips it over there, number 14. Ball's caught. It's going to be a first down.
We don't ever want to focus on officiating, but I will say on that play right there, our defensive end absolutely got tackled. And that's not always going to get seen in the game. You don't want the officials dictating the game. But that's one right there. I'm sure that happens again. I imagine we'll get that call.
1st and 10. Ball on the 36, left hash. Bohannon sends a guy into motion. Buck sweep. He's wrapped up. Makes a man miss. He's trying to get to the outside. He crosses the 35 down to the 32. It's a gain of 4.
I don't know if you guys saw that. I think that that's film study for Siloam Springs right there. They got a look and they fired on the look.
They did. They fired up and he barely missed the tackle.
Yeah,
We got a tackle for loss.
Scheme wise, it was there. I think they read Buck sweep right there. And they fit perfectly. We just didn't make the play. And I like what I saw right there. We got to finish here. And they're getting some chunk yardage on us right here. This is going to be a big down 2nd and medium for them.
Bohannon keeps it himself up the middle, off to the right side. He's down to the 17. That's a
Moves
first
well.
down.
Moves really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a sophomore quarterback, and he's really controlling the game right now.
Yeah, they've played two so far this season. They got a sophomore and a senior that have played throughout the year. It looks like they're going to go with the sophomore, though, tonight.
Bohannon drops back. He throws it off to the left side. He's wrapped up, makes a man miss. Inside the 5, down to the 2. It's Carson Jackson. He's had a few receptions on today.
One thing I hadn't seen us do this year is miss a lot of tackles. And right now, we're not tackling real well right now. Going to have to break down. We're going to have to fire our feet and break down, not stop our feet. And that's what happened out here on the perimeter.
His first and goal from the 2.
Back to the old double tight eye there.
He's going to come up just short. He's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Coy Autry on the carry.
Boaz met him right there at the line of scrimmage, and Boaz won that battle.
Boaz is winning a lot of battles this year, Coach. Good-looking kid, good-looking athlete, good football player.
Quarterback sneak. And he got a good push for another touchdown.
It looked like the tush push right there. It's hard to stop. And you only need a half yard.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna ask both of you here. I know we're gonna have a PAT. Let's talk about this real quick from both you guys as head coaches. Starting out with you, Coach Stewart. What's your response right here? What are you telling your kids? Obviously, we're out here on the football field, but there's no different than in the basketball arena. What are you telling your kids right now when you get punched in the mouth? How do you respond to this?
Yeah, you can tell scheme-wise we're right there. I think you're going to calm them down, tell them stay the course. You make the simple plays throughout this next drive, offense and defense, and stack simple plays up and kind of change this momentum.
Yeah, Coach Lloyd, what about you?
I would say it's all about execution. Execute the next play, execute the next pitch, next possession. The past is in the past. Let's learn from it. And all we can do is move forward.
I think one thing, we've talked about it over and over again. I agree with both of you. We've talked about it over and over again. This is a program that's being developed, a program that's taken major steps and strides. There's going to be times when this is another growing situation where how are you going to respond to adversity? And it's a real test for young men. And I think that as we progress with our football program here at Siloam Springs, we're going to see us have more and more success against adversity. But this is just part of the game of football. Getting down early 14-0. One of the things that's a danger about a team that runs the football as well as Lake Hamilton does is they're going to be able to grind that ball.
Yeah, time of possession.
Yes.
Nice run back.
Ryan Estacio, he gets it back to about the 20-yard line.
Felt like he ran a mile. It was about 20 yards.
Yep.
Yeah, he is a good little athlete. Estacio was out against P. Ridge, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big return for us. Estacio is our number 2 running back. He plays defense as well, but he's our number 2 running back behind Mason Short. But, man, when you're running the ball as much as we run the ball, we're literally running the ball 40 times a game. You got to have 2 of them. And Estacio's a good hand as far as that second running back.
Benson. He's going to take the snap on 1st and 10. Now we're going to have a penalty. Illegal procedure on the offense. It'll be 1st and 15. Well, Coach, through the first 3 games, we really controlled the line of scrimmage well. And I'd say through these first 3 possessions, that's one thing that we're going to have to focus on. As Benson, he hands it off to Short off the left side. He gets it outside. We're going to have a penalty. He's down for a gain of 9.
We got a hold back there. We sure do.
Yep.
And I think I saw it. Right now, Lake Hamilton slanting to the tight end in that situation right there, and our kid didn't quite get the reach that he needed to on the offensive line. I don't know who the penalty's against, but I think there is going to be a hold. You know, one of the things that we've been successful with, and you know, Titus Benson had a big game week 3 against Pea Ridge. One of the things we've been successful with is putting an offense in successful situations as far as short yardage situations. Takes a lot of pressure off the young quarterback as a freshman. You know, when you put yourself in these long situations, you know, first in this case, first 23, you know, puts a lot of pressure on your offense. Let's see what we do here.
Benson's going to keep it himself. He's got some room. He's got a lot of space ahead of him across the 30. He's gone to the 40. There's nobody in front of him to the 50, 40, 30. Held on to the football. What a play by the freshman Titus Benson. What a way to flip the field.
I like everything about that. We have not seen that. I don't believe we've seen that this year as far as that read play on that. It brings any time that you bring a read with the quarterback into the play, in turn, it balances it out. It's no longer 11 versus 10. And what I mean by that is sometimes when a quarterback's not a runner, the defense got the advantage on hats, but that's not the case when you get an extra hat on offense and the quarterback is a runner in the case of Titus Benson. Big play, and a big response right there for the freshman quarterback.
A little wildcat here.
Jack O'Brien's going to take the snap. He's going to keep it himself off the right side. He sees a hole. He's going to be wrapped up at about the 21. It's a gain of about 3.
Good hard run by Jack. Jack's got to keep that ball in tight, man. That ball was out there wide. Right now, Will, we do not want as a turnover in this situation. We got a chance here to stick it back in and cut this lead in half and really respond and answer.
I love the way Titus protected the ball on that long run. Really, really heady play. Still in the wildcat, it looks like here.
2nd and 6. O'Brien, he's going to keep it himself to the left side. Makes a move, shows off his athleticism. He's going to be tackled for no gain. It's going to be 3rd and 6. We'll see if Benson coming back into the game at quarterback.
Big play. Here's my bet from a standpoint of where we are on the field. Probably have a mindset of having 2 downs to get 6 yards. We're definitely a team that's able to run that football and get 6 yards in 2 downs. So got to feel we're in a good situation, a good position here. It's a big down, though, for us right now to get into a 4th and short or get this first down on this play.
Benson under center. He takes the snap. He hands it off to Short off the left side. He's got a man. He's got a hole across the 5. He's into the end zone. Nice. Touchdown, Panthers.
I like it. I like it. Hey, we changed up personnel groupings there. We hadn't really seen that look all year. Got back into the eye. Got a tight end look. That's old school football right there. And you know, you see it. You don't see in high school football. You see the pistol and the gun so much, but there's a reason why still in the NFL today you still see a lot of teams under centers because the back has a completely different look when the quarterback's under center and gets that ball to him at depth. Big play though, big run by Mason Short, and a great job by the offensive line of Siloam Springs. Again, great answer. It's what we needed. Let's see how we respond defensively, and I think we will respond, guys. I think. Like we were talking about earlier, I think that scheme-wise, we've been there to make the play. I think our kids are going to make these plays. That had to be a confidence builder right there.
Nahun Aguilar's PAT was wide left, so it's going to be 14-6 with 1:47 to go here in the first quarter. But, Coach, that was a big play. Big play to flip the field.
It's what you said, Coach. They came out Nick's play mentality and obviously had the big gain by Titus and were able to answer.
Absolutely. Yeah, big play by Titus, big play by Mason. Just stayed patient. I like Coach Marsh hanging tight with that run game. A lot of guys might panic, get in a 3rd and 6 situation. He knows where his bread and butter is, and he gave that ball to Mason Short. There's no doubt about it that Mason Short all year long has been buttering that bread.
Kicks it high. It's going to be caught. Brought up to about the 33. Well, the offense had a great adjustment for their second drive. Let's see what our defense can do here.
Back to that offset line, like you said.
Yeah, they're definitely giving an unbalanced look down here at the bottom. You got man in motion.
Bohannon, he hands it off. He's getting the outside. He's going to be wrapped up for a gain of about 11. That was Carson Jackson. He's touched the ball quite a few times tonight already.
Avery Ratliff is the one that he saw something again. And like you said, he flew in there and he just barely missed that tackle again.
Yeah,
We'll get that.
You know, one of the things when you're the outside perimeter guy, you got to keep your outside arm free, and you got to make that ball turn back inside. And I think that we'll get that. I'm agreeing with you, Coach Stewart. I think that's a situation we'll make this adjustment. We just got to make we got to make that play when we have the opportunity to get them in a second and long situation.
1st and 10, ball on the 45.
Wing left, doubles right.
Bohannon's going to
That's
take it.
it.
He's wrapped up in the backfield for a loss of 3. Looks like Boaz.
He really got some good penetration and stymied it early, and then there are a lot of Panthers coming to make that tackle.
Yeah, Boaz is good, man. I'm telling you, Boaz right there. He's got a great first step, and it wasn't just Boaz. It's what Coach Benson's defense does time and time again. They do a great job of swarming to the football, and we did right there.
2nd and 12. Bohannon's going to drop straight back. He's going to dump it. That ball is incomplete.
Listen, I'm going to tell you all right now. I know they've had success throwing the football early on. I hope they fall in love with the pass because a wing T football team is not a throwing football team, and I know that they got some chunk yardage. I like seeing that, putting themselves in this 3rd and long situation. Good job, good defense, good adjustment. This is a big down for us right here. Get a quick 3 and out and then respond. Excuse me, I guess they had got a first down there on that first play, but we got a quick turnaround here if we get this stop.
First money down that I can remember.
Money down.
You're right, that ball didn't come out clean.
No.
And we'll see what they go to here with 12 yards needed.
Bohannon's going to drop back again,
Oh,
and that ball's complete.
That's a good ball. We had a chance there. We had a chance. We were on him. Ran a little smash right down here in the bottom. Corner sucked up on the underneath route and dropped that flag route right in the money.
That was Carson Jackson on the reception again. There's a flag on the play.
We're going to get a late hit on the quarterback.
Maybe. We did hit him. I didn't think it was late.
No, I agree. As he's releasing the football, it looked like kid made a good throw, but that's going to be a big play. That's going to be 15 yards from the spot.
It is.
He put the ball all the way down the 22, 23-yard line.
Overcome some adversity here. We kind of momentum shifting back and forth, see if we can overcome that.
I see things offensively. I think we're going to be able to do some things on these guys as we make some adjustments here, but we got to get a stop here defensively on this possession.
Bohannon keeps it himself. He's going to be brought down to about the 16-yard line. That's going to be the last play of the first quarter. Lake Hamilton leading Siloam 14-6.
Got two young quarterbacks out here. Got a freshman and a sophomore quarterback opening up conference in 6A ball, and both of them are great athletes. This Bohannon kid is a good quarterback and fits this scheme well. You know, you go all week long, you're working on the run game, got to take the run game away. Kid made a good play. You got to give it to him. Made a good throw on the corner route down here on smash on 3rd and long. A play that we've got to get off the field on and continue to work to get off the field on that play. Big opportunity here. We want to keep this game with one score going in the second quarter. But again, we're in this game. Had a good answer there on our second possession. Let's see what we can do here down in the red zone. You know, while we're waiting, it's something that we can we should celebrate. You know, obviously we're here for a football game, but we talk a lot about Siloam Springs. We talk a lot about the pride of Siloam and all the great things that are happening in Siloam. Got that report card back with our school this week, and you know, really made strides under the leadership and guidance of first-year superintendent, now second-year superintendent Shane Patrick, and getting 4 Bs on the report card, improving huge as far as our schools. 4 of 6 schools receiving a B ranking by the state of Arkansas. Great things are happening in Siloam Springs, including not just in the classroom, but obviously on the football field here and all other areas.
Bohannon, he throws it out to Jackson. It's caught. Ball's going to be placed on the 4. That's going to be first and goal.
Nice timing. Was that a little drag route is what you call that? Or
Yeah,
what do you call that?
I think, did that kid come from the opposite side or the same side? Was it opposite side? Yeah, you're in a little shallow cross there.
First and goal. Ball on the 4. Handoff up the middle. That's Autry. And he's in for the touchdown. Well, we had him 3rd and long there. Coach, middle of the field. Didn't get off the field, and it resulted in a score for the Wolves.
You know, we talked about this at Alma a couple weeks ago. We pointed out, look back at that big, I don't know if you remember, Coach Lloyd, as you were with me that week, we were together on the that play on 4th down inside the 10 and said that's going to be a big play. Yep. Remember this play. You know, it's plays, little single plays throughout the game really dictate the tempo and the direction of a football game. 3rd and long, we got to do everything we can to get off the field. I know we are. I know our kids are competing. They're giving great effort out here. On that particular play, Lake Hamilton they made a play. But it's the teams that make plays in those key situations over the course of the game that really have an opportunity in the end to win the football game. Again, another situation where we've got to respond offensively. We don't let this game get out of hand early, 20-6, but it's not out of hand yet. It's a 2-score game right now into the second quarter with an opportunity here with an offense that really moved the ball well that last possession. Let's see what we do here coming out in our possession number 3.
They've been able to stay on schedule, be comfortable. You know, a couple adjustments, and our defense is going to be a little more disruptive and make some plays.
I agree, Coach. I agree. We got to make a few tackles here or there. Anytime you play, one of the things that you'll see with their style, they're going to run a lot of buck sweep. They're going to run a lot of sweep in their offense. And when you get that, there's some positives defensively when you face a team like that because you can get lost yardage plays anytime you're running parallel to the line of scrimmage.
Garcia is going to kick it off. Estacio catches the ball in the 10. He's going to come up the middle. He's tackled about the 25-yard line.
You know, they opened up the game with the football. You go into the second quarter. We're a ways from the end of the half here. But one of the things you always think about offensively, especially from an offensive coach, is you think about I'm going to have a chance to get a 2-for-1. And what I mean by that is you're going to get the ball, if you get a chance to get the ball last in the second quarter and then first in the second half, you're going to get 2 possessions in a row. If you can score in a 2-for-1 setting, you really can close the gap on points. 14 points or 15 points isn't that big a deal. We got to win. We got to win this drive here, though.
Benson, he hands it off to Short. Inside zone. That play is wrapped up for a gain of 1. And we got a flag. Should be some type of late hit, personal foul.
I think it's going to be personal foul on Lake Hamilton. Big play. Coach Stewart, it looks like we're going to be testing a little bit on composure here. Possibly a couple personal fouls early here.
As we progress, you know, the pressure as you make big plays and say we do score and the twitches, and now all of a sudden those passes are a little harder. The reactions to adversity is different. That looked like to me the traditional piling on. Is that still the official call? They were piling on.
Well, yeah, just didn't stop at the whistle, did they? Yeah, that is something that I know they want to coach intensity and they want to coach finish, but you gotta stop the whistle. Can't give it free 15 yards. Obviously, we'll take it here in Siloam.
So after the penalty, it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Ball on the 42. Benson's going to keep it. He kind of stumbles and is wrapped up. That'll be a loss.
Turf monster.
You know, one of the things they're doing, they got a little scheme there. They've made an adjustment. They got a squeeze scrape look there as far as they give They gave the read key with the defensive end. The linebacker scrapes over the top in the C gap and made that play there on Benson, where it made the young quarterback feel like it was a pull, but there was some scheme there as far as Lake Hamilton was concerned.
2nd and 13. Benson drops back. He throws it over to Estacio, who's hit hard. That ball's incomplete. Estacio hops up.
Good play by their linebacker, fitting on that.
He read that from a ways back.
He did.
Saw that coming.
Yep, he did. And I would say that's a play that, we've had some success with this year, getting that ball out in the perimeter to our backs. I'm sure that they've worked on that at Lake Hamilton. There's no doubt they were sitting on it there.
Is that a play you can come back to and maybe fake that pass, get them to overcommit, get something behind?
Yeah, no doubt about it. There's some things you can do. Anytime you work on, I don't know if that was a true screen on the perimeter or not, but anytime that you give a screen look on the perimeter and you see that they are overflowing with safeties and linebackers, you can do some things on the vertical game, taking advantage of their safeties filling in the alley. I think that kid right there possibly was a linebacker that was sitting on that. But, yeah, you can take advantage of that. Also, sometimes when that linebacker leaves the box like that, it also, with an athletic quarterback in Benson, sometimes things open up the middle, and his scramble ability might take effect as well.
We have a stoppage in play. See if we get an announcement. I didn't catch that, did
Is
you?
that a timeout in Siloam? Is that what he's saying?
I'm not sure what they called there. All right, and we're back in the same situation Lake Hamilton was, in the 3rd and long, about the same spot, really. Let's see what we can do here in a 3rd and long situation.
The Whiteheads trying to work something out. I don't know what's.
They're questioning. I thought there for a second they might be getting something on a personal foul, possibly on a defenseless player as far as a head-to-head type thing. But I don't think that is what they're calling. We'll see. They're talking to Benson right now in the backfield.
Oh, was there a clock malfunction?
That's probably what
That's
it was.
probably the 25-second.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Coach Stewart. It is a clock situation. That's what he was trying to get the attention up here in the box to reset the play clock. We'll see what happens.
I about said shot clock.
I know. I heard it. I heard it come out of your mouth. You're already thinking about that shot clock in the state of Arkansas now, aren't you? I mean, it's been around for a couple years now, but it's definitely changed the game a little bit.
We don't want that thing going off.
That's right. Yeah, in the game of football, you still get to play when it goes. As long as you snap the ball beforehand. In basketball, that's not the case. When that thing goes off, it's the other team's ball.
So we do have a play clock that went out. So they'll be playing with one play clock, I believe, is what the White Hat is explaining.
It's a beautiful place, man. You look up there, you look down there in the concourse on the far end. They got a great video board up there on their building. I'm guessing, Coach Street, you said that's the gymnasium inside there.
Yeah, very nice gym with some luxury boxes.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what, it is a nice looking place. They've done a good job here, just in the aesthetics of it and the track and everything about it. So, you can tell the people here at Lake Hamilton love their football, and had a lot of success over the years here at Lake Hamilton.
The 1 o'clock is working. We're down under 10. I hope they're going to.
I don't think they've put it ready for play yet.
Pump that again for us.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just going to see if it resets properly.
Well, after a while, what's going to happen? Let's see what happens here. The officials will actually keep the clock. I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah, it's going to be on the
Yeah,
field.
okay.
Yeah, they'll keep the clock on the field if it's a malfunction. Let's see what happens.
Trips left.
Got a lot of
Benson
people
drops
coming.
back. They're all
A lot of
coming.
people.
Benson needs to get rid of it. He does.
Oh,
He's
that's
hit.
pass
He's hit
interference.
early. That is pass
I
interference.
called it. Tell you, we're fortunate there because I know that was pass interference, but we're fortunate that wasn't an interception. It was a little timing was off there just a little bit. One of the things you want to be careful with on the offensive line is letting go on the screen a little too quick. We might have done that there in that case, but again, guys are out there competing. Our guys, we've got to be proud of what we've done so far this year in football. There's zero doubt. There's going to be some hiccups. There's going to be some growing pains as we go in the future, but there's no doubt that this coaching staff and these players have got this thing going in the right direction for the future of Siloam Springs.
There we go.
It should be a 15-yard penalty and a first down.
Yep.
That's big. Hey, it's like what we said, right? I mean, in the course of a game, there's a couple plays here or there that can dictate that. You know, 3rd and long is not going to be our baby as far as our style of offense. But I'm going to say this, that right there, let's look back in the game, in the course of the game. Let's see if that puts us in a situation later on to be successful.
He's gonna lose a yard on the play. Ran the read play again, Coach.
Yeah, we're going back to that right now. You know, it's a play that Benson broke and popped there in the first quarter. They are going back to that. Second time they ran it this series.
2nd and 11. Benson. He's going to dump it to Marcus Smith, and he's going to lose 3 or 4 after the catch.
Looked like a little bit of miscommunication there. Titus wanted to see something that maybe not on the same page, but
Mark's another sophomore. You know, we got a freshman throwing a sophomore. Got those two together for the next 3 years. I agree, Coach. It looked like there was a little bit of confusion right there. Let's see what we do here on 3rd down. Another big 3rd and long play.
Man coverage. They may be sending them again.
Yeah, they're bringing the house.
yep.
We're going to hand it off. Can he make a
Can
man
he get out
miss?
there?
Oh, he's very close. He was 1 break away from busting one. It's going to be 4th and 10. Ball's going to be on the 46, Coach. What do you think here? Do you?
I think they're going to punt.
Okay.
But, you know, it'll be – I tell you what, Coach Lockridge's got a good handle on what he's going to do. Either way, whether they punt or go for it, I think trust Coach Lockridge in the direction of what he's taking this. But we'll see what happens here. Well, it looks like we're going to go for it.
Coach Marsh? Yep.
Mason, he made an ankle tackle on that. It was close.
Benson. He takes the snap. Drops back. He's going to keep it himself on the keeper. He's got to get 12. Oh, he slid. And he's short.
Okay, just I think he had a shot there possibly to get that first down. You know, it's just you know, people right now are watching what is going on. I guarantee you. But here's the deal: young man just possibly lost track. He's a freshman. Let's not forget that. You can see what kind of athlete he is as he broke through there up the middle. And I guarantee you that Titus Benson's going to learn from that and grow from that, and in the future will get that first down. I have little doubt about that. Titus has such a big upside for us here.
It looked explosive.
Yeah, he did. He looked quick. He's as good as any athlete out here on this field. And like Coach Lockridge said, he's a 14-year-old kid playing against 17, 18-year-old young men. Let's see. Watch as he grows from game to game.
Johnson's throwing it deep.
Go get it.
That ball's caught again. That's Jackson. That's got to be his 6th catch of the game.
We were there. I don't know if we picked the ball up out of the air, but the guys were in the right spots.
Yeah, we got to make that play. There's no doubt about it. That ball's floating up there. It's the 2nd time we've seen him, in my opinion, leaving that ball up there for us to make a play, and they made the play.
1st and 10. Ball on the 33. Lake Hamilton going 3 wide. He's going to drop back. Ball's incomplete.
I'm going to tell you all, I can say when I'm wrong. Right now, this Bohannon kid is zipping the ball around. You know, early on, I want him to throw the football from a wing tee background, but they've obviously gone with the sophomore. They've left the senior, the quarterback position, to go with the sophomore for a reason, and they feel that he can throw that football obviously better than what their senior could.
Ball on the 33, 2nd and 10. That's going to be handed off to Johnson.
That's just old school trap right there is all that was. They ran trips. They got trips at the top. They got a nub tight end down here at the bottom. They kick the front to the tight end and run the trap back up underneath it. You know, it's just old school football. I know to the crowd it looks like, hey, they're running the spread now. Not really. They're running the old, we're in the gun, but they just ran old school fullback trap was all that was.
Same formation, 3rd and 1. We're going to call a timeout. We're going to talk about it. Good timeout, Coach Lockridge.
Yeah, this is the big possession right here. We get to stop right here, march down, score the ball, change the momentum going into halftime.
Absolutely, Coach. Not to mention get the ball coming out of the half as well.
Yes, get the back-to-back, yep.
Just a 2-score game. 7:42 to go here in the second quarter.
I got to tell you, I can't imagine them to not have anything other mindset to run downhill and run downhill with the mindset of we got 2 plays to get it. Let's see what Lake Hamilton does here.
Yeah, with 2 plays to get a yard and a half, probably don't need to get real fancy, do we?
No.
Bohannon and Johnson in the backfield. Bohannon's going to take the snap. He hands it off to Johnson off to the right side. He's got a lead blocker. He's wrapped up around the 20. That's going to be enough for a first down after the forward progress.
Good pursuit.
He's an athletic kid. They're running back. He's a fast twitch kid that you can tell he's got a different step. Looks like he's limping a little bit. I got Nick there. And they've got some young kids out there on the field too.
Officials timeout right here. I'm not sure what's going on.
What grade's that running back in? Is the running back a sophomore?
Johnson's a sophomore, yes.
Sophomore. Quarterback sophomore. Running back sophomore. They've got looks like they've got some athletes coming up the pipe at Lake Hamilton. Going to be a good football team down the road.
I think he's explaining how he's going to tell how the clock is getting. Is that what that is?
Yes.
When it gets below a certain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to have a count. It's always interesting out there when the scoreboard's not operating right. The truth is that everybody relies on that scoreboard, but the officials are going to keep that clock on the field. And it might be more it's the play clock that he's talking about. So he's going to say with 5 seconds left on the play clock, he's going to warn the quarterback and start counting down. That's generally what happens.
1st and 10, Bohannon. He's going to throw it. That ball is going to fall incomplete.
That's a long ball. We're over here on the right hash. I mean, that's a throw. He's throwing to the opposite hash, the opposite numbers, 8 yards downfield. I mean, that is a long throw for the young quarterback. But and it's a ball that, truthfully, that ball's in the air for a long time. It's going to be an opportunity. If we see that, we read it, it could be a situation where we get a pick six opportunity with the ball like that.
2nd and 10, ball on the 20.
A good time for a pick six right here.
Yes,
Bohannon keeps himself on the lead. Great job by the defense. It's going to bring him another 3rd down. Be 3rd and 6.
Got 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6.
I said pick six. I'd take a scoop and score too.
Yeah, I'd take that score.
Either one.
At this point right here, we could really use a turnover right here if possible.
It would be a big time for us.
Where are they going here? We got twins up top. Got that wing look down here at the bottom. They're staying with what their butter is.
Bohannon's going to throw it again.
Oh, there it was.
He's going to be. He should have been short of the first down, but they're going to give it to him. That's a good spot for Lake Hamilton.
That was a favorable spot.
Very favorable.
But you're right, man. That ball's in the air a long time. I think we're going to be able to get one of those.
I mean, you're talking about they were in a little, just kind of a rub route up top is what they had going there. But it came open. We got caught in no man's land a little bit, and they got that big first down. This is a big play. First down is going to be key in this football game. We need to get them in 2nd and 3rd and long.
Johnson on the carry off the right side. He's wrapped up hard. That's a great tackle.
9-yard line.
He's
9-yard line.
I believe it was Weston.
I think it is. He came up
Limping.
like he maybe banged his knee or something. He's kind of.
And Bowerman's a kid that has had a great year for us all year. He's nicked up here a little bit. Let's see if he can walk it off. He's been a big player for us. He's hurt. They gotta blow the way. Don't tell him to. I gotta watch myself here. The official told him to stand up. I'm not sure.
Johnson on the carry. I can't believe they let the ball get snapped.
I don't know if y'all saw that or not.
It just collapsed right there in front of the official.
He went down because his legs hurt, and the official's still not blowing the
They're
whistle.
still not doing it.
This guy down here on the side, I'm very disappointed to see that from an official. That's just not it. That's not how it works. He saw the young man limping around. He went down. He did what he should do. He's hurt, and the official told him to get back up so they could run the play. Very disappointing by the officiating right there. And I'm not going to do that very often this year. You will not hear me in Siloam Springs complain about officiating, but that's not officiating.
Well, Coach, it looked like Weston's so tough. Like he got hurt, but he tried to get himself up. And the official kind of saw him get up, and then he went back down again, and they didn't stop the play.
Now it's going to be on us. Let's get off of that. Let's get back on the game. It's going to be a third and long, or what is it? Third down, third and medium
4.
situation. Yeah.
Someone called a timeout. Were we charged a timeout for that?
Might have been charged a timeout there. I might have called a timeout. Let's see what is. I'd say we did. We must have called a timeout right there in that situation. Who came out here to replace
Freddie
Bowerman?
Renderos in at corner.
Renderos. Okay, it'll be a big opportunity for him. Anytime you bring in a new corner, oftentimes the offense is going to go after him. I think in this situation here, though, they're going to run the football. They're under center, get an eye. This is big on bigs, what this is. Let's see what we do here. Go and get us for an offsides look. It doesn't look like much, but it still takes them from a 3rd and 4 to a 3rd and 2. Completely changes the play calling. Now they got two plays to stick it in from the 2-yard line. Going to be a big opportunity here for Lake Hamilton to really stretch this game out here a little bit. Let's see what we got here.
We have another flag.
It's going to either be a legal procedure or we lined up in the neutral zone. Let's see what they call. Or excuse me, a legal formation. Hey, illegal. Yep. All right. Got a procedure call on offense.
It's one of those plays. We were offsides, only got 2 yards against us. They false start and they get 5. I like that.
Yeah, it is an interesting thing in the game of football, isn't it? I've talked about that before as far as the rules. Obviously, it flips down the other side and it all balances out on the other side. But still, yeah, it's a bigger penalty for the offense than it is for the defense for sure.
So 3rd and 7. Still going to line up in the eye. 2 tight ends. Bohannon, he's going to boot out. Oh, he missed a tackle. He's still looking. He's just going to throw it away.
Good play by Bohannon.
And I don't believe there was a receiver in the area, Coach. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but in high school football, I don't think you can do that.
Here's the thing here's the thing. It's about whether that ball crossed the line of scrimmage or not, being out of the pocket. I agree. I don't know if that ball was past the line of scrimmage in that situation.
There was no receiver in the area.
Yeah.
I know the rule's different in high school than it is in college, but I'm not a football coach.
Well, the ball's got to cross the line of scrimmage. You can't throw a ball behind the line of scrimmage. It doesn't matter where it's at. If it's out of bounds, I'm not sure that ball was. Ooh, we laid out, had a shot there.
It's going to be good.
Made the kick, but, man, great stand by the defense right there.
It really was, Coach. It really was, Coach Stewart. It was a big stand for the defense. Got some little extra fireworks here tonight as far as celebrating that score. But we have an opportunity here to answer. And we are in the situation what we talked about earlier for that 2-for-1. We got 5 minutes. We're going to get the ball on offense. We're going to get the ball back in the second half. You go down here and score and make it 23-13, 23-14 going into half. Get the ball in the second half. You can put yourself right back in this football game. It has to be our mentality that is still very much a football game right now. But it is very important that we answer here before half.
great challenge, and it's going to be fun to see our kids march down the field right here. And,
I agree.
Going to halftime with some momentum.
Yeah, Coach Stewart, I like your mentality. You're a positive dude, and not just that, but it really is. It's a challenge and an opportunity, and every opportunity that we get helps us get better. And let's see what we do here on this kickoff return here, and our special teams have had a pretty good year thus far.
23-6, 5:08 to go in the half. Estacio and O'Brien back deep. Estacio's going to take it at the 7. He's kind of covered the middle. He's going to make a cut. He's wrapped up at about the 23.
Got plenty of time. Plenty of time. 5 minutes left in the half. Got a timeout in the pocket. Let's see what we do here.
Panthers going to start out on the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Benson's going to take the snap. He hands it off to Short off the left side. Good pursuit from Lake Hamilton. He's wrapped up.
That might be a horse collar.
It was close.
Referee was right there
Yeah.
on the play.
He must have not got him.
Mason did a great job
Great effort.
just getting back to the original scrimmage.
Yes, he did. Mason Short all season long. It's been very rare that the first man tackles him. They did a good job there, pursuit, and did a good job of rallying to the football. First man didn't tackle. I don't know if the second man got him, but they still got him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1.
2nd and 11. Inside zone. It's going to be stuffed short. Loss of another yard on the play. Bring up 3rd and long for your Panthers.
It's big down right here. Dangerous situation for us a little bit. We want to really make sure we don't give them the ball back here to close out the half. Regardless if we score, we need to score, but regardless if we score here in this drive, we definitely do not want to give them the ball back with plenty of time to score to widen this gap.
Panthers bring out a doubles look. On this 3rd and long, Benson's going to roll out to his right. He's got Stewart open. No, he's going to throw it over to Jack. That ball's incomplete.
Little fireworks got a haze over the field right now, doesn't it? Look at a little fog floating around. Got a situation here again. Big punting on our end. Try to flip the field a little bit and see if we can get a big punt. And, get a 40-yard punt here would be big.
Mason Short to kick. Carson Jackson. Man back deep for the Wolves. Short, he takes the snap. He gets a spiral kick. That ball's going to be fair caught at about the 46-yard line.
Yeah, about a 36-yard punt. That's a good punt. We'll take it. Anytime you get a 36-yard punt in high school football with no return, again, defense has a shot here for a big stop going into the second half, going into the halftime. Make adjustments, come back out, keep competing hard. That's how we're going to evaluate. It's early. This is conference season, game number 1. We got a long season in front of us, but we've got a big opportunity here to make a stand here before halftime.
Jace Bohannon.
Sophomore quarterback's doing a good job with the card game.
Yeah, I agree, Coach. Yeah, the Bohannon kid's a good football player, man. I see why they've gone with the sophomore. He's a good football player.
After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Ball will be on the Panther 49-yard line. Autry up the middle. He's hit hard.
That looked good.
Yeah, that was Avon Ratliff. Really fitted the hole well.
Good play.
I think that's a read that we talked about earlier where he timed that just right.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he fit that gap well, didn't he? One of the things Coach Bohannon talked about, and here they go, they're going that unbalanced look again.
Quarterback. He's going to keep it.
One of the things Coach Bohannon, or excuse me, one of the things that Coach Lockridge talked about during his coaching show was the advantage that they're seeing for our offense and defensive line as the season progresses. We're really doing a good job playing kids on one side of the football and developing our big boys up front. You're going to see some offensive players play defense as secondary role players. We have one out there right now in 55 for us. But when you look at our team, we're consistently playing one side of football, and what that does is that develops young men. So week 7, week 8, week 9, just makes your team deeper. We're doing a really good job with it.
3rd and short. Bohannon's going to keep it himself for the first down.
Oh, they got to throw a flag on
that.
that.
Was late. They
well,
So first down for Lake Hamilton. We're going to have an official's timeout.
is that Bowerman down again?
Trying to look. Looks like, I think it's Estacio.
I'm having trouble hearing the whistle, but that looked like it was well after the whistle.
I'm pretty confident that back judge heard the whistle.
But he didn't want to do anything about it.
No, that's a deal where we got to, and I'm sure that's what Coach Benson and Coach Lockridge are going to, when they watch film, they're going to say, yeah, we'd like that call right there. But it's going to be a play where that young man's probably going to be taught to play lower and fire his feet. Man that fires his feet the most is usually going to win in the game of football. And in that case right there, obviously, it looked like it was a little bit late. It would have been a big flag for us if they had thrown the flag right there. But there's 2 minutes left in this half. Right now, Lake Hamilton's got a lead of 23-6, looking to expand that lead in a lead that would be, you get out there in that 3 and 4 touchdown range, it makes things a lot more difficult. But it still can be done. It's not something that we're going to hang our hat in. We got to still compete and keep attacking and keep growing as a football program.
Odds are there's going to be a turnover.
Yep.
And hopefully we can be on the right side of that and kind of flip this deal. Not very many games in high school without a turnover. So
no, I agree.
Hopefully the defense can make a big play right here.
Right now, one of the things you could say, if you look down at a few plays in the course of this game so far, that we've had them in some 3rd and longs, and they've completed their 3rd and longs, and we've lived in the 3rd and long zone on offense, and we're a football team that we're going to get better and better in those situations. But we're definitely a football team that is a run-oriented football team, and a team that our strength, our bread and butter, is just a power mentality. Whether you're running zone or not, it's still a physical mentality. Right now, Lake Hamilton is winning the battle up front on both sides of the line of scrimmage. But let's see what we do here for the next 2.5 quarters.
They've got Estacio sitting up, but they're still taking a look at him.
Hope that young man's all right. Lake Hamilton staff's out there. We've got a great crew of trainers ourselves. They do a good job as far as taking care of our young men. Skylar Sexton right now, she's not with us tonight. We're happy for her and the blessing that she has in her life with that new little baby. But Cameron Nichols is a gentleman that we had the opportunity to hire during the summer, and he is a big-time athletic trainer to go along with Skylar. Both of them do a fabulous job. Both of them have hearts to serve kids. Cameron's is a gentleman that came from us from Fort Smith Southside. Got him in, and he's done a great job. Our kids love him. Our coaches love him, just like they do Miss Sexton. But from a standpoint of just a little bit about his background, he actually comes from not only from Fort Smith Southside, which obviously is a good high school, but also has a background of being a college trainer. He was a trainer for the Iowa Hawkeyes at one time. Looks like we're pulling out the stretcher here. Might be a little bit bigger injury than what we originally thought.
They sent him back down. But yeah, they've sent the teams to the sideline, so it's a little more than what everybody was thinking.
I'll say this to both of you. It's something that it's a learning process for me because being in this booth, got this headset on. Obviously, some things that you when you see something on the field, you got to focus on keeping it how it should be here with the headsets on, talking to back home. That play right there was a little disappointing in that situation. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed the flag wasn't thrown there, but obviously this game and where we are at right now in this football game is not on the officials, and I know that Coach Lockridge is going to tell that to his boys at halftime. It's a lot of stuff that we can overcome. There has been some positive stuff out here, and Coach Lockridge, Doug Lockridge, is a great football coach, and I'm glad that he's here with us. I fully expect good things to come here in the near future. Just pray and hope that this young man is all right. Well, and actually watching, you don't ever want to, when you're up top, you never want to think what is going on because you don't know what's going on. But watching him put the stretcher on there, our thoughts and prayers right now. I know back home in Siloam Springs, just watching him put that young man on the stretcher, we all need to stop, and our thoughts and prayers need to be for this young man right now and his health, which is obviously a lot bigger deal than the game of football. One thing I will say that's positive, this is a positive, is he did move. He actually got up. He actually got up after that play, which is a big, obviously he's hurt right now, and there's no doubt about that. No one's questioning that. But it's something to think of that's positive, because I know you can't rewind right now, or we can't anyway. You might be able to at home watching this, but he did get up off the field and did move after contact.
Gotta get something out of your linebackers. Not getting anything out of your linebackers.
Again, thoughts and prayers for this young man. When you first see something, you see him get up after the play. Again, we're not going to sit here and wonder what happened or how he is or what's going on, because we don't know from up here. But it's scary anytime you see a young man get on a stretcher and taken off the field. Again, I want to stress that we did see him move and did see him get up and get on his feet before he went back down on the ground.
Hopefully it's just precautionary and the medical staff doing a great job.
Yeah, Coach, I agree. A lot of times that is what it is. It's a precautionary thing just to make sure that they always do what's right for kids, which is what we want to do. There's no doubt about it. You know, things get real quiet because everybody in here knows that this, at the end of the day, you know, we get excited about athletics, we get excited about football, but our young men and their health and how they are is always at the utmost concern of everybody here.
Well, the offense and defense have made it back out onto the field. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Lake Hamilton. 2:01 left to go in the half. Bohannon in the gun. He's going to drop back. He's looking. That ball's, it falls incomplete. 3 Panther defenders there.
We had it sniffed out.
Yep.
That's make one of these big plays right here.
That will stop the clock and bring up 2nd and 10. Ball placed on the 40. Bohannon to Autry up the middle. He's wrapped up. Defense is playing inspired football right now.
Another 3rd and long situation.
Big 3rd down right here.
Big 3rd down. Bohan has been a kid that's had success getting him out of this situation. Got a single receiver down here. Oh.
That'll be offsides. Go from 3rd and 9 to 3rd and 4.
Yep, now they've got the mentality that we got 4 yards, 2 plays to get 4 yards. Some things are happening tonight that we hadn't seen thus far this year. You know, and that's going to happen. Anytime you got a young football team, anytime you got a team that's turning the corner, things like this will happen. We're going to overcome it. No one needs to panic. Good things are going to happen here at Siloam. Good play right there. Way to
That was a
fit.
great play.
Very good job.
Isaac Calderon looked like he was the first man to get there. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 3. 58 seconds to go in the half. Kind of interesting dynamic. It's 4th down, but there's only 50 seconds to go in the half, Coach. So from Lake Hamilton's perspective, we'll see how they play this.
Well, they got 3 timeouts, so they're going to run this clock down. They're going to squeeze this clock a little bit, and that's what they've done. They've cut an extra 15 seconds off the clock, knowing they've got 3 timeouts. They're going to try to get this 1st down on the ground here, it looks like.
Jackson, he's going to
It's gonna
be
close.
It's close.
Yeah, he got it, it looks like. Looks like he just barely got it by a few inches.
He's holding up a fist, though. No,
They're going to measure, but you can see, I think that he's got it. They gave it to him. You know, he's exactly on the 30-yard line. The ball, 1st down, was exactly on the 40-yard line, and you know, you're going to look at the yard lines generally don't lie. Now, back a long time ago when we played, the yard lines sometimes did lie, but on turf, generally it's pretty accurate.
They called one of their 3 timeouts, like you said, and obviously going to try to get some points out of this.
Ball's on the 30. There's only 25 seconds to go in the half.
Had a pretty good field goal kicker. I think they get down inside the 20. I think that kid's range is going to be inside the 20, maybe even inside the 25. Field goal here is big for them, even though that extra point looms a little bit for us, but a field goal would be big for them. They're still right now up 3 possessions with our miss and their field goal themselves.
Bohannon takes a snap. We have a penalty marker down.
Could be an offsides again. How risky do you get offensively right here?
You know, I think in this situation right here, I think that I'm going to go, if I'm on the offense here, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try to get after it. I'm going to try to stretch this lead out. Even from again, we get the ball back in the second half, and they know that as well. We go down here and score in the second half and make it a 10-point game. It's just 10 points isn't that big of a deal. So we've got a chance. This is a big last 24 seconds to the half here. Let's see what we can pull out for Siloam Springs.
We just had another penalty marker thrown.
Taking a while to figure out what the call is.
He called it legal substitution. Is that what he called?
I think I want to say he said snap infraction on the defense.
Okay. Well, what that means is that Siloam Springs, they're claiming simulated the snap, if that's what he called right there. Defense can't simulate the snap if that's what happened. I'm not saying that we did, but if that's what he called, that'd be the only thing that they would call is the simulation of the snap.
That'll place the ball at the 25-yard line. First and 5. Bohannon's going to drop back. He's looking deep. He's looking for Marcus Jackson. That ball falls just incomplete. Well covered that time by the secondary.
I thought he could have got offensive pass interference for sure.
Yeah, he extended it. He had some separation there.
A lot of white jerseys right there. It's fortunate we didn't come up with that ball.
We do. It's another example. Let's go attack that football in the air. It's something that we'll see on film, I have no doubt, going into this week. And even at halftime here, they're going to see that. One of the things about you see these tents on both sides. Coach Locker's getting after him out there a little bit. Yeah, I don't blame him. You see these tents on both sides. They're getting to see video.
Bohannon, he's going to take it himself.
Big play. Big
And
play.
he's hit hard.
Sophomore
Great
guy.
job by the defense.
He took a shot right there now.
Does Lake Hamilton call a timeout? We have another flag down. 6 seconds to go in the half.
I didn't see anything on that. It was a late flag.
What are they going to call here? Okay. Call a timeout. See what the flag's going to be.
Yes. No, it's on them.
I didn't see a lot of extracurricular after those.
No, I didn't either. They're going to call late here. They're going to wave it off.
They're discussing.
It might be a face mask, if anything, maybe. It's a big play because it's going to put them in field goal range. If they mark off 15 yards right here, it's going to put the ball down in this kid's field goal range. Let's see what they call. It's definitely, I got to believe it's going to be a defensive penalty here, where it's at.
Unsportsmanlike. I didn't see anything.
We didn't see the actions. I don't know if something was said. I know I sure didn't see anything in the time. It was within the time of the play. That's a big call right there. Coach Lockridge is asking for an explanation right now. Let's see what the official says. Coach Lockridge isn't arguing a whole lot right now.
It must have been something said or taunting or something because
Yeah,
it was a big hit.
I didn't see any taunting either. It's a great play. We had an opportunity there. A young sophomore, and I will give the kid credit. He hopped right back up. Tough kid. Bohannon kid's a good quarterback for Lake Hamilton. But I felt like it was a good play by Siloam Springs. I don't know what was said out there. Coach Lockridge didn't have a lot to say right now. I'm sure right now he's focused on the football game. As good coaches are, they're not focused on officiating.
So the offense is still on the field. There's 6 seconds to go in the half. We're going to have a timeout taken by Coach Lockridge and the Panthers.
I like this timeout call. No reason to leave one in the pocket. This is a big play right here. Really, really big play. kind of surprised Lake Hamilton's keeping their offense out on the field. They are in this kid's field goal range. They kicked a field goal from this distance. I will say, with 6 seconds, you do have time. If you're going to throw the football, you got time to throw a quick ball. But it's borderline. Kid scrambles around, then throws the football. 6 seconds can clips off that clock in a real hurry. They do have 2 timeouts remaining. Obviously, they're not going to be using both of those. They'll get a chance to use one of them with the amount of time that's left on the clock. But it is a big down right here for the Siloam Springs Panthers and offensively for Lake Hamilton.
Lake Hamilton offense comes out of the timeout, still on the field. Bohannon's going to drop back. We have a penalty flag down. That pass is going to fall incomplete. 2 seconds to go in the half, but we do have a flag.
I think they got procedure on them possibly. Let's see what they call here.
Push them out of field goal range.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty, but I do think that that's what they've got them. Maybe a legal motion, legal shift. All right, 5-yard penalty. Going to put them in they're going to kick the field goal here, I would imagine. Let's see what happens. They still got the offense out there.
We're going to take another timeout from Lake Hamilton.
What is that, about a 35-yard field goal?
Let's see, where are they at? On the 18?
Yep.
Yeah, 35-yard field goal. You're going to have an addition of any time just for our fans back home. I know most of our fans already know this, so I'm not talking I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but you add 17 yards on from where the hold is plus the 10 yards in the end zone, so it's going to be a 35-yard field goal being on the 18-yard line. I got to be careful up here. Anytime I do math around Coach Stewart, anytime I do math and I've got Andy Lloyd sitting next to me, it makes me really nervous.
A lot of pressure.
I didn't have to pull my calculator out on that addition, but, you start putting squares and cubes on things for Andy, and, we're going to rely on him on that situation.
Well, Coach, we've been in this situation before, right before the half, in the non-conference game versus Alma. Last play of the half.
You're right. No,
they're sending the field goal team out, so Coach, sorry.
I thought they would.
Snap down, holds up, kick, looks like it's good, and it is.
I'm gonna tell you, that kid's got 40 to 45 yards on his leg. That's impressive. I mean, that ball wasn't close.
Well, that'll bring us to halftime. Your score: Lake Hamilton 26, Siloam Springs 6. Siloam Springs will get the ball to start the second half.
Didn't finish that half clean. Last 2 minutes took about 20 minutes, and on top of the injury, it was a hard ending to the half. But we'll regroup here.
That's what we have to do, right? We don't have a choice. I agree. Yeah, the penalty there had a big stop on the quarterback, and that penalty, that 15-yard penalty, was a big penalty for us. Let's look at while we're sitting here and Lake Hamilton gets ready for their homecoming. We don't have to celebrate their homecoming. Let's take a look here real quick at some other scores across the state. We've got Conway playing Little Rock Southwest. They're up 37-7. Bryant, who probably is the best team in the state of Arkansas right now, either them or Bentonville. Bryant's up 27-0 on Little Rock Central. Cabot losing to Little Rock Christian 21-10. Surprise right now, and this score is actually not updated. Bentonville West is beating Fayetteville right now by 21 points in the second quarter. That's kind of a little bit of a shocker. Bentonville West is a team right now, got a Thompson kid at quarterback. Daddy's the defensive coordinator. Coach Pratt's got Bentonville West rolling right now, looking square in the eyes in conference game number 1, knocking off one of the best teams in the state of Arkansas in Fayetteville. Rogers is a team that a very good football team, up 35-0 on Fort Smith Northside. Got the Lindsay kid going to Air Force for him, special kid. Springdale running the flex bone. We got Nate Hahn here. His dad, Marshall Hahn, is the offensive coordinator. And Brett Hobbs, the head coach at Springdale, up 14-0 on the team that we beat earlier in the year in Rogers Heritage. Bentonville, kind of a surprise a little bit at Bentonville. Bentonville and Harbor is a closer game than what I thought would be, and a lot of people thought. Right now, Bentonville up by 14 going into half on Springdale Harbor. Little Rock Catholic losing to El Dorado 14-3. Benton, another good football team in the state of Arkansas, up on Jonesboro 14-10. Marion against Sylvan Hills. Sylvan Hills, a team that got a new head football coach, left Conway as the offensive coordinator. Coach has gone over there and got Sylvan Hills rolling. They're undefeated right now, up 13-6 on Marion. Also a very good football team. That's a big football game. One of the biggest games in the state this week is Marion and Sylvan Hills. Sheridan West Memphis got a close game there, 8-6. Shiloh Christian and Greenwood. There's the burner right there. Right now it's a 1-point game in the second quarter between Shiloh Christian and Greenwood. Obviously, we've got our game here, Siloam Springs Lake Hamilton at half right now, 26-6. Russellville, Van Buren 7-7. BB Maumelle 7-0. Whitehall, Searcy, early scores. They haven't got any updates on that. Robertson, Hammering, and Hanlon, Watson, Chapel. Batesville and Nettleton 9-0. Valley View, Paragould 7-0. Brookfield and Wynn 19-13. We've got Harrison hammering Alma right now 27-6. P Ridge getting hammered by Farmington 25-0. Greenbrier up 25-0 on Morrilton. That's a little bit of a surprise. Clarksville, Bologna 35-0. You got Gentry playing Elkins right now. Gentry is right now already the mercy rule before half. I know it can't start till after half, but Elkins is all over Gentry right now. Gentry, a team that has gotten off to a pretty good start, just like we have at Siloam Springs. They're losing right now 35-0 to Elkins. We haven't got a score update on that game right now. Continue to go down, look for more games in our conference. Got Ozark over 38-6 over Waldron. Arkadelphia, a team that played and beat Lake Hamilton last week, up on Nashville already in the third quarter down in Arkadelphia. They're up 14-6 in the third quarter. That's a low-scoring game for those two teams. Both of them explosive teams, great athletes. Got Malvern over Genoa Central. Johnny Fogelman gone back down to Malvern, was at Little Rock Catholic, guy that I had the opportunity to coach with at Bentonville High School. Good football coach. Got things rolling again down in Malvern. Ashdown losing to Haskell 14-7. Monticello losing to Hamburg 14-7. Continue to go down. You got Helena losing to Stuttgart. DeWitt losing to Warren up 14-6. Boonville and Cedarville 21-13. West Fork again having a rough season at West Fork right now. Hadn't won any football games and really hadn't been close. 35-0. Charleston up on West Fork. Mansfield and Hackett. Mansfield up 32-6 on over Hackett right now. We're going to go into. We're going to take a little break here at half as Lake Hamilton puts on a show here at halftime for their homecoming. Right now it's 26-6. We encourage you to come back. We encourage you to stick with the Siloam Springs Panthers because good things are ahead. I have no doubt we're going to compete in the second half. We're going to come out, get the ball back in the second half. We're going to attempt to get this thing back to a 2-score game. Let's see what the adjustments are, and let's see how the kids respond. I think how kids respond with adversity is going to say a lot throughout the season as far as the future. We got some young players out here right now. We got a team that is growing and a team that's already done great things as far as really things that haven't been done here in quite some time. You know, one thing that Coach Lockridge told me in the coaching show, we mercy ruled P Ridge. That's the first time in 10 years that Siloam Springs has had a mercy rule. You do the math. That means that our juniors were first graders and our seniors were second graders the last time the mercy rule happened in Siloam Springs. So good things happening in Siloam Springs. Coach, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but Coach Lloyd told me he told me on the way down here, we did the math as far as the scoring difference between the two. What was that, Coach? Do you remember
I think we had outscored our opponents 91-34 34 or so.
91-34. I mean, means that our defense is giving up before this game was giving up about 11.5 points a game. Anytime you do that, it's pretty positive, and our offense is scoring over 30. So we've had a pretty good start to the season. Obviously, tonight's not going starting out conference play how we'd want in the first half. But let's take a break here, guys. I'm gonna leave it to Andy and the technical ability here to shut this thing down, and we'll come back here in the second half. They had just adjusted the clock to put a couple more minutes left as far as for the final 3 minutes at halftime. We'll use this time to talk about some other good things that are happening in Siloam Springs. So like we said before, there's a lot of good things. Coach Tamarath has got things going with volleyball. This week they went 2-1, knocked off a 6A opponent in volleyball in Springdale. Great win, and then had a tough game against Van Buren. Went 5 sets against Van Buren, another good opponent. So we were right there. Lost that game, but competed well, and then swept Alma in 3 sets. So doing great things in volleyball. Been right there, even in the matches that we have lost. They've been right there till the end, and had an opportunity, even in a couple of those, to get a couple quick wins. When you play high-level competition, high-level opponents, they're going to compete too. And our volleyball team right now is doing a great job, going 2-1 this week. We go look at our cross-country team right now. Coach Jones has got our cross-country team going. We'll attempt to talk to Coach Jones at a home football game this season, get her up in the booth just like we did Coach Tamarath, and talk about what our cross-country team does. A team that consistently year in and year out compete, and they do a great job. Our boys, I believe, our cross-country team went down to Alabama, and our boys had a great showing down in Alabama and in a big meet down there. Had multiple kids place and run really well down there. I think it was 3rd overall that we got down there in that meet in Alabama. Got a phone call from a buddy of mine that coaches cross country in college, and he called me about, hey, I know you're at Siloam. Tell me about your kids over at Siloam. I said, you can talk to Coach Jones. She knows what she's talking about in cross country, and our boys right now are rocking and rolling in cross country, and I know our girls year in and year out have a great program as well. Got the golf team competing, heading down to state. Got some athletes heading down to state this next week in golf, and really just had a great fall opening up our school year. As I stated before, credit to our kids, credit to our families, credit to our teachers and principals in our buildings. Again, I want to mention we got a year ago C's across the board. This year, 4 schools with a B rating, heading in the right direction. I fully expect that to continue to grow, and the focus is to move into an A rating. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying this. Our goal is to be the best, and if that is a goal, you got to say it. I think early on you got to do the things to execute and get better, whether it's in academics or whether it's in athletics, and I think that is a goal for us. We want to be a championship level in everything that we do, and we're heading in the right direction.
Jaden Coleman off the left side. We've got another flag, but he's got a lot of space up across the 43.
We're going to be either holding or blocking the back up there on that first block. I'm not sure. I think it might have been pretty close to a pancake is what it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good block, a good kick out there.
Great return by Jaden Coleman.
Yeah. Let's see what they do, what they call. Yeah, he's asking him. I mean, I don't know what the question is. He's obviously going to take the penalty. It's going to put us back probably on the 15-yard line, I would imagine.
They took it off.
Like
Yeah.
you said, that's good.
Yeah.
Good officiating, right?
Yeah, it was. They talked, they communicated. I think it was more of a pancake than it was a hold or a block in the back. Our kid absolutely opened that up with that seal there as far as that kick out, and great out of the gate with Coach Hahn, our new special teams coordinator, getting good field position. Let's see what we can do here. I'm telling you all, you cut this back to a 2-score game, anything can happen. Coach Stewart hit it right on the head. His experience, he knows as far as how momentum in high school football or high school sports in general works. He said good things can happen if we just find a way to get a score here.
Benson takes a snap. He throws over there to Big Stu. He takes it across the 45 to the 47. That'll be 2nd and 8 for the Panthers.
This is Stewart's first touch of the night tonight, I think.
Titus did a good job handling that snap. A little low. Kept his composure. Made a nice throw.
We got 2nd and 7.
It's going to be short on the counter. He's going to carry it about to the midfield. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
You know, we said we've talked about this before with Mason Short. He's always falling forward. That contact was at the line of scrimmage there. He picked up an extra 2 yards by keeping his feet moving, falling forward on that carry. I think at this point right here, I wouldn't be surprised if we aren't in a 4-down situation. If we get some positive yardage here on 3rd down, let's see if we go for it on 4th. Maybe we'll get this 1st down on 3rd.
Doubles look. Benson catches the low snap, rolls out to his right. He's falling back, tries to throw the ball. The ball is going to be incomplete. That brings up 4th down. Lake Hamilton, good job getting pressure there. Offense going to stay on the field. Coach Marsh signaling in the play. So 4th and 5, ball on the right hash, doubles formation. Short in the pistol. Benson. He's going to check. If the play clock is correct, we have 3 seconds to get it off. Benson, we have a flag.
Probably going to be a delay game.
Yep.
That changes it, puts us in a 4th and long situation. We're running speed option in the boundary there. And I actually think that we had a hat for a hat. We're push cracking the safety over there with the outside receiver. Got an alley defender going to pitch off him, and they don't have a hat for Mason Short. I think that was going to be a good play call. Got 4th and long here. This is a big down for us, big play.
Lake Hamilton, they've shown a lot of pressure on 4th downs today. It looks like they're going to be in man. Lake Hamilton is showing pressure.
Let's see if we throw the fade up top. Let's see what happens here. Anytime you get that. All right, we're going to go shift. I like it.
Bring some extra hats in. And we're going to have a timeout. I don't think we like the look.
Yeah, we're shifting into a punt, I think, there. We're going to quick kick it. Went in back into a double wing look. Brought Marcus back in and just give him a little extra protection. I think that's what we were doing. This situation right here, it's kind of it's a toss-up. The game's not it is not out of hand from a standpoint of still completely being out of this football game. So it's kind of a interesting decision that you got to make right here for Coach Lockridge. Either way, whatever he decides, I don't think is wrong. Whether he punts the ball or whether he goes for it. It looks like we're going to punt the football. We're going back up. Got our bigs back there in the shield and what's called big punt. And we need Mason Short to flip the field for us here.
Good snap. Short kicks it end over end. That ball's going to hit at the 27 and roll down to about the 12-yard line where it's going to go out of bounds. So great field position, great punt by Mason Short.
Big punt. Punt of about 45, 46 yards. No return again for Short. Been a bright spot. I know, you look at special teams, been a bright spot for us all year long. Had a good night tonight in special teams with the kickoff return there, open up the half. Good punt here. Let's get a big stop. Got a pin deep. We talked about it all season long. We talked about this game is about winning the battle line of scrimmage. It's also about field position. Lake Hamilton's had good field position all night long. Here's a situation right here. We got him pinned deep. Let's see if we can get a 3 and out, get that ball back in midfield.
He's going to keep it himself on the option. He's tackled at about the 17-yard line. That's a gain of 5. That'll bring up 2nd and 4.
They got an extra hat over there. It is a unbalanced look up top. Good play. Great play.
Nice. Johnson kept it himself up the middle, and he was tackled.
Who's that in the backfield? Who made that play? Let's see who pops out of that
I think
pile.
that was Calderon. No, that was, Isaac Calderon on the tackle.
Number 21, Isaac Calderon. Good play. Good athletic play. Got down, kind of overran it just a touch, but he still was able to hang on for the big stop.
Big play here for the Panther defense. 3rd and 4. Ball on the right hash. Lake Hamilton going to send 3 receivers to the top. Bohannon takes the ball. He's going to throw it. He's got a man open. That ball's caught. And he's going to be wrapped up at about the 32 for a first down.
I'm telling you all, that is a long throw.
Yep.
They're throwing a hitch route to the numbers on the top from the opposite hash. You just don't see that a lot in high school football. And I don't think the kid just got a lot of spin on it either. It's not like he's got a buzz on his ball there as far as throwing it out there at that length. But we got a little bit of a cushion there on 3rd down, 3rd and medium. I'm sure that we're going to shore that up a little bit.
Brings up 1st and 10 for the Wolves. Ball on the 32. Bohannon takes the snap. He's going to throw it again outside. He's got a man that is caught. And that's going to be brought to about the 43-yard line. That was caught by Hudson Davenport.
Good move after the catch to
It was,
get
yeah.
that first down.
I agree, Coach Woody. Coach Stewart, you got to see Lake Hamilton got some athletes out here, some good-looking football players, good-looking bodies. Definitely a good high school football team.
First down. Ball on the 43. Bohannon. Hard count again. Panthers don't jump. Johnson up the middle. And he's, we'll say he was tackled by Lockridge over there on the corner.
You're starting to see them get more and more push. They got some big push, and you talk about they're winning the battle line of scrimmage. Why? Well, you look at the number of snaps they've had on offense versus the number of snaps we've had on offense. They're winning that battle right now, and we're getting a little tired up front. We see some hands on some hips and getting worn out a little bit, and that's just the game of football. So let's see what we can do here. Big opportunity, big stop here. I say that a lot. You'll hear me say big opportunity a lot. And people say, oh, it's another opportunity. It is an opportunity. Every down, every time, every snap is an opportunity.
Bohannon, he's going to throw it out to the 38. That pass is caught by Carson Jackson.
A lot of white jerseys did a good job dropping that into that.
That's a good ball, man. I stand corrected on this kid. As I said earlier, my mindset was more about scheme, making the wing T team throw, but the wing team is showing why they went with the sophomore tonight, throwing that smash route right there, right in the bucket, throwing it in the hole. Good job by the receiver flattening out his route, too. He ran to open space.
First down, Bohannon. He's going to drop back. He's got Autry on the screen. He's caught. In good pursuit by the Panther defense. He's going to fall forward for a gain of 2.5 yards.
I'll tell you what I like. I like us still playing hard out there, still competing. 2nd and long here. It's a good job on the screen. That's something that Lake Hamilton's done well tonight. I think one of our better plays in the season has been our slip screen on offense. And Lake Hamilton, you can tell that right now they're sitting on that slip screen when they've been on defense. But right there, we did a good job of rallying to the football. They had something a little bit early there. The lineman got out a little late, and the back didn't have the lineman out in front of him. But big stop for Siloam there on first down.
Bohannon keeps it on the lead. And he's wrapped up. That looks like it was Dean Floyd on the tackle.
It was a different formation that time.
Yeah, it was Wildcat for sure. Yeah, they were in a Wildcat. The quarterback was not in the backfield there. That was a running back taking the snap. Quarterback was out at wide receiver on that play. Might have got a big break there. I'm not sure. That was close on the horse collar. I think they got a break earlier. I think we got one there. Big down again. 3rd and long, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. We need to try to win this down situation here.
We've seen him hard count several times in this position.
Got trips nub. Got trips the top, tight end down here at the bottom.
Bohannon's going to take it. He's going to throw it across the middle. That pass is caught down to the 20-yard line. He's tackled by Cole Pittman. Another first down.
If you look right now, their 3rd down percentage has got to be pretty high. They've had success on third down. Something that you got to win. You got to win the battle of third down.
It's going to be Autry on the carry up the middle. He's getting about 6. Brought down at the 15-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Boaz did a good job bouncing off that block and catching a guy from behind.
Yeah, he did. Athletic play, wasn't it? He squeezed down on that. You were talking about on the ride down here that you think Benson's got a shot to be a good basketball player for you this year going into his junior year. Coach Stewart, talk a little bit about that.
Yes, obviously it helps to be 6'4" and built, but man, he brings an energy and a toughness to the gym, and he was a welcome surprise last year.
Absolutely. Had to deal with a little injury last year.
Coming off of injuries and working really hard to be his best, and he's an asset anywhere he's at. Good attitude, hard worker, bright future.
Absolutely. Testament to his family. Both his mom and dad are teachers in our school district. Obviously, his dad's the defensive coordinator on the football team.
1st and goal. Autry on the carry. He's going to be wrapped up. Great play by the defense.
Big play down the 1-yard line. Anytime you make a play in the backfield. Let's see what they do here. Is this 2nd down or 3rd down?
2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. Still competing. I like it. This is kind of make or break right here. I mean, it is what it is. You can hold them out of the end zone. You still got a shot. They get in the end zone. It really makes things difficult.
Autry's going to take the handoff, and he's going to be held up at the goal line. No signal. They're going to mark him short.
Great stand right there.
It was.
Right in front of the goal line.
That right there is the weight room, is what that is. The kids got full momentum. We stuck them at the half-inch line. Now, I'm going to bet they're going to quarterback sneak it here. Let's see what they do.
Bohannon keeps it himself. It's close. They signal a touchdown.
Things just got a lot more difficult for us right here on that touchdown. Good drive by Lake Hamilton, making plays. A couple 3rd downs on big pass plays. Not difficult concepts. Hitting the hitch, hitting the slant hitch. Hit a smash route early in the drive down here with the hitch on the outside and the corner route bending in the hole. When the corner squats on that hitch route through that corner route, the Bohannon kid's having a great game. No doubt about it. The sophomore quarterback's got a bright future for Lake Hamilton. They got a sophomore running back. They've got several kids out here that are young and competing well.
Lake Hamilton, the 2-point conversion is no good as it falls incomplete. It's going to be a 20. I don't know. What is that, Coach? 32-6 now.
Cole Pittman
I don't know if you just got that, but anytime I get a chance to get out on Andy Lloyd, he just looked over there, and I think he was attempting to do some math.
Do some math.
Yeah, 32.
Yeah, I think that's 26 points, but I mean,
he hesitated there. I don't know if you got that or not, Coach Stewart, but it made me feel better about myself right there. Yeah, right now we do. I got a 26-point lead. They went for 2, try to make that 28. I don't think that's. Some people might say, "What are they doing?" Well, it's the math, right? They're attempting to get to that 35-point mark. I can tell you right now, kind of an interesting backstory for both Coach Gilleran for. The head coach for Lake Hamilton, and Coach Lockridge actually went to college together. We're friends in college, known each other for a long time. Both have a lot of respect for one another. Coach Lockridge has won his share against Coach Gilleran, and Coach Gilleran has won his share against Coach Lockridge in different places.
Marvin Garcia will tee it up for Lake Hamilton. Jack O'Brien will receive the ball on the 15-yard line. He's going to try to go up the outside. Looks like he's going to be out of bounds about the 33, may have a holding call.
I think that's what you're going to get in. And sometimes you see that You know, when a guy, and I don't blame this on Jack for being an athlete and trying to pop that thing back, bounce it back to the outside. What happens is the blocks are set up on the inside, and then the defender makes the adjustment to where the ball carrier's running the football, and then we get a hold. And that's pretty common whenever you see a ball play bounce like that. Not putting that on Brian. That's great effort play by him. He saw a little bit of grass out there, and he tried to get after it. But that's pretty typical in that setting.
Boaz tried to get across the space, but they bounced it outside of it.
They're going to mark the ball on the 18-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Benson takes a snap. He makes the guy miss. He's fighting. He's trying to throw it away. I think he's out of the pocket.
That's a great job by
Mason right there. So
he's a really, I mean, the thing that I'm going to give credit to Benson on is he's a young man. He's a freshman, okay? He's going to get better and better. But the kid is not scared to compete, and he's tough. I mean, he's scrambling for his life right there, and he's competing. He's not cowering down. He's going after it.
So 2nd and 10. Benson takes a snap. He hands it off to Short. He cuts back, and he's going to be tackled.
Short took a shot right there. But as Mason's done all year long, he's hopped right back up.
That brings up 3rd and 10.
Back into a familiar situation for us, right? Something that we got to get out of, got to get positive yards on 1st and 2nd. Now let's see if we get a different result here on this 3rd and long.
Benson to pass. He's going to throw it up in the air. He's got O'Brien. That ball is intercepted, I believe. It is.
Jack competed for that ball.
they both had the ball up high, and then kind of fell onto Lake Hamilton player there.
Yeah, the defense player had just a little better position to pull down, but Jack went up and competed for that ball. Lake Hamilton made a good football play right there.
That was Hilton Mann on the interception. So Lake Hamilton will take over on the Panther 46-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 with 1:23 to go in the third. Bohannon to pass. And that's intercepted. He's got a lot of green space in front of him.
Cole Pittman's going to get a pick six.
All the way to the house. Touchdown, Panthers.
Big play. Got a gift in his lap there. It's what we've kind of been waiting on all night long. Bohannon's been he's been completing balls, but I'm telling you, he's been floating balls out there. Bohannon's walking. He ain't feeling real good right now. He's walking off a little slow. He took a shot there on the interception.
Well, Coach Stewart, you've been saying it. Defense come up with a big turnover, and a pick six is going to be great news for the Panthers. Cut it back to a 3-score game. Here still in the third quarter.
Bigger story, maybe the quarterback hobbling off the field right there.
Maybe.
He's not feeling.
I agree. You know, you've been around coaching long enough. Let's see if he's hurt or if it's his pride that's hurt. We'll see that coming back out in this next possession. But the kid's been tough all night long. He's been an impressive player. Really is a sophomore. It looks like he's going to be all right. Kind of moving around. But that's a big play for Siloam Springs. 32-13 here. I know it's still a stretch as far as where we're at, but the big thing is the takeaway from here is as far as a quarter left in football, this game is not over. We're going to have probably 3 possessions left in this game. And what you got to do as a coach, I think, is you got to break it up possession by possession and say, we've got to win this possession. And that's how you get back in the game when you're behind. You got to win this possession. You can't get caught looking at the scoreboard. If you got 3 possessions left, you get 3 stops, 3 scores, and, you know, you're right back in it. So let's see what happens and focus on winning this possession. Be interested to see. What do you think? What do you guys think? You think we're going to go onside kick here, or you think we're going to kick it deep?
I would say he's going to onside kick it.
Yeah, they're bringing a lot of guys up a little bit. They may be anticipating it as well.
Getting a lot of coaching over there on the sideline. Usually something's going on, right? Sometimes you see a ball try to get pooched over that second level. Let's see what we do. Get that ball bouncing. Sometimes in the game of football, that ball bounces right. Get down there and get on it. Lake Hamilton's done a good job all night long on special teams. You got to give it to them. They've been very disciplined in what they're doing, really in all phases of the game.
They sent Aguilar out to tee it up. And he is going to onside kick it. We touched it early.
Didn't get the depth. I'll tell you what, we're going at the right guy there. They had a guy out there on an island. He was backing up. Ball goes 10 yards. I think we got a shot at it.
He kicked the ball so well during the week. He did. He hit a lot of them really well all week.
So Lake Hamilton will take over. Ball will be placed on the Panther 45-yard line.
He's limping.
You just wonder how that'll change their play calling down the stretch here.
Very interesting to see how Coach Gilmer navigates this situation.
He ain't gonna run it on lead, I don't think. So
Bohannon is going to be under center. He's going to hand it off to Autry on the dive. That was a gain of about 2. That'll be 2nd and 8. Jace Bohannon, still out of quarterback, hobbling around a little bit. They come back out in the wing T formation. Bohannon under center. He's going to drop back to pass. He's got a man open. That pass is complete. That was caught by number 87, Asher Lyons.
I'll tell you what, that kid is a big-looking athlete. Good-looking kid. I think he's got a cramp right now.
That was a little better pass. That one came out with a little zip on it.
Yeah, it did. Still early in the season, still getting in shape, but it's not warm by any means tonight, but it's still warm enough to get cramps out there. Obviously, a little bit of a hydration problem.
They're going to wind the clock. Lake Hamilton is probably going to take us down to the 4th quarter.
The play clocks are working this half, by the way. We didn't mention that. Makes it a little easier.
Yes, it does. Going to that 4th quarter now. You know, and I'm sure it's like this for you guys in baseball and in basketball, of trying to break it down. In baseball, you get a big lead and you're down to a big lead to an opponent, and you're trying to chip away. You can't have a mindset of Coach Lloyd of scoring 6 runs in an inning, but if you're down by 5 or 6 runs and you've got 3 or 4 innings left, kind of what's your mentality on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a lot of times you'll see kids with big swings when they're down, and what you want to do is you just want to try to get base runners and hand the bat to the next guy, and that's what we're going to do here. I mean, we're just going to try to get to the next stop, and we get a big stop here, get our offense back on the field, and we'll see what can happen here in the 4th quarter. Still a lot of game left to play. Lake Hamilton coming out in the wing tee. Bohannon under center. He's going to hand it off up the middle. That ball, that's stuffed. Great job by the defense. I think that was Calderon and Benson on the tackle. Brings up 2nd and 10.
See what happens here in a second. If they go back to the boot, we didn't have anybody out there on the perimeter on that boot game. That's big. Obviously, we got to stop the run. I'll tell you what, Bohannon is limping around a little bit. He's struggling a little bit. Might have nicked up his ankle.
Bohannon's going to drop. He's going to roll out to his right. He's going to throw the ball into the end zone. That pass is caught. And a touchdown. That was Carson Jackson that came out of nowhere, it looked like.
It was, and I'll tell you, I think, again, you'll get a chance to go back and watch this on film. The young man's going to see. I think that was, if he just gets his head around, I think it's a gift. You know, I know they had 2 receivers in one spot. We had a guy there thinking that he was beat and thought the Bohannon kid was throwing deep, and I don't blame him. I mean, he's trying to recover and try to get that ball deep. If he can get his head around, he's going to see the guy running the drag back underneath it. You know, he was there to make that play.
Garcia's extra point is good. That's going to bring the score to 39-13 here with 11:08 to go in the 4th.
Coach, we can circle back what you're saying about other athletics doing well. I'll add, AJ and Kinley Moore, golfers, brother and sister duo, both making the state tournament. That's exciting.
That is pretty special, isn't it?
Yes.
A neat deal. Anytime you have a brother or sister having, obviously probably worked with their mom and dad since they were a young age out there on the golf course.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Garcia to tee it up. He's going to kick it deep. That ball's caught by Coleman at the 10. He's going to cut back across the field to the right, and he's going to be tackled about the 20-yard line. We're going to have a flag on the play.
We're going to take it back to 11.
Pretty good block in the back.
Yep.
See if we can't get something going in the run game. You know, something that I'm a little surprised that I really felt like we're going to be able to consistently run the football all season long. Lake Hamilton's done a good job tonight overall of stifling the run and putting us in second and third and long situations where, you know, really taking us out of the run game because we haven't been in running situations as much. See what we do here.
Trying to run it on first down, and they can't do.
Offense comes back onto the field. Ball's going to be placed on the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Panthers are going to send trips to the bottom of the screen.
3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left for the Panthers.
Benson back to pass. He's going to dump it, and that ball's going to fall incomplete. Looks like it was intended for Mason Short.
They've been tipped at the line there.
Jeez, that ball came out a little funny there, didn't it?
Really had no time throughout this game.
2nd and 10, same formation.
Same look, 3 receivers to the right, 1 out to the left, Short in the backfield.
Benson takes the snap. He's gonna throw it over the top. That ball is going to be intercepted, and that was J.J. Johnson by Lake Hamilton. They'll take over on the 33-yard line.
There's one thing you see here. Right now they're living with 6-man box. They're playing a 4-2-5 defense, and they're keeping 6 guys in the box. We're in a 3-by-1 look right there. They're playing straight man. It might have been man free right there with the safety making that play, but from a standpoint of a 4-2-5 defense, they're taking that. When you got 5 offensive linemen, they're trying to take away that run, try to make us throw the football.
Bohannon under center. He's going to hand it off to Johnson, who's going to hand it back off to Carson Jackson off the right side. He's going to be wrapped up inside the 30 down to the 29. Looks like he was tackled by those Cole Pittman.
We had some things this week that is going to be a learning opportunity for us. It's something that sometimes the bye goes one way or another. When you get 2 weeks off, that momentum from the Pea Ridge win kind of settles a little bit. We got a chance to get a little healthy, which is always important in the bye. Coach Lockridge talked about that. Obviously had a challenge to travel down here, a 4.5-hour trip. It'll be a learning lesson for our young men.
Bohannon to pass. That ball's caught. He's tackled at the 24-yard line. That was Freddie Renderos on the tackle. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Bohannon in the gun. He's going to throw it. That pass is caught by Jackson. He's tackled by Hudson Lockridge about the 14-yard line. They're going to place it at the 15. Be a first down. Bohannon's going to hand it to Autry. He's tackled about the 15-yard line for no gain.
What, number 74, their big offensive tackle, man. He's a blocking machine. If you watch him, their left tackle consistently driving defenders downfield. Pretty impressive there. Got in on a safety this last play.
Stay in the formation. Asher Lyons gets the carry here, the fullback.
Bohannon checking at the line of scrimmage. He takes the snap. He hands it off to Johnson. And that is going to be maybe a gain of 1. It's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 9. Avery Ratliff on the tackle. Bohannon in the gun. J.J. Johnson to his right. He's going to hand it off to Jackson off the right side. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to head to the corner of the end zone, and he's in there. That's a touchdown for the Lake Hamilton Wolves.
Run that buck sweep. We fired at it. Just fired a little late, didn't we?
Showed some good speed on that play.
Their running back, yeah, he's quick. got a lot of speed. I agree, Coach. Lake Hamilton's a good football team. I'm telling you, they lost to a Lakeside team and an Arkadelphia team that are really good football teams. You know, we knew we had our hands full coming into this game. Right now, not the way we wanted it, not the way Coach Lockridge wanted it tonight as far as open up conference play. It's a long season. We'll have an opportunity next week coming back for our homecoming next week, and we encourage everybody to come out and support this Panther football team. We'll be 500 going into week 5. A lot of things to celebrate, a lot of things to be positive about. You know, we got a lot of things to work on this week, get our run game back going again, which I fully expect us to do, and get back to playing defense that, you know, the defense has given up an average of, before this game, under 12 points a game. So, you know, a lot of positives here. Tonight, you can't say, I'm sure for our young men or our coaching staff right now that, you know, they'll be searching on the way home for some of those, but I think there were some things that you're going to be able to build off of once you watch film. One thing that we both know, all three of us know up here, after coaching as long as we have, that it's never as good as you think it is until you watch film. It's never as bad as you think it is until you watch film.
Panthers take the ball at the 10. He's going to head up to the left side about the 28-yard line. Ball be placed on the 29. 1st and 10. Trips right for the Panthers. Benson, he takes a snap, he drops back. He's going to be sacked.
A little delayed blitz there.
Yeah, Caden Allen on the sack. Nope, sorry, that was Blaine Sears on the sack.
Kind of snuck in from the blind side there.
Things are happening pretty fast right now for the offense. And let's see what we got dialed up here on 2nd and long.
Doubles formation. Marcus Smith in motion. Benson's going to throw it out to Lockridge. That pass is tipped up and it's intercepted by Lake Hamilton.
Set up
a little tunnel screen set up there.
Just a little bit high and couldn't quite come up with it. Turned into a tip drill for Lake Hamilton.
Yeah, it's a play where they're going in motion. You saw Lake Hamilton roll back. That safety was walk down the alley, rolls back depth. That's a good play call by Coach Marsh as far as just formationally. That's a play where you want your receiver catching the ball, coming back towards the line to get back in behind the line. We actually had numbers on that play. The ball just a little high.
1st and 10, ball on the 14. 5:58 to go. Hudson Davenport in at quarterback. He's going to hand the ball off. It'll be tackled around the 10-yard line. Isaac Calderon on the tackle.
Siloam defense done a good job holding up against the run. No real big run plays for the Wolves. It's really been through the air.
2nd and 7. Davenport drops back in a shovel pass. Looks like Marcus Jackson, and he finds the end zone.
Good job kind of picking his way through a lot of defenders there. He showed some really good athleticism.
That's Jackson's 3rd touchdown of the night. Kid's pretty
He shifted.
kid's pretty special, pretty good athlete.
thought we about got a hand on the little shovel pass there.
Yeah, it's really the show pass is a low risk play for the offense, just because if things do go wrong, you do get a hand on it, knock it down into the dirt. It's just an incomplete pass. That right there is going to turn on the mercy clock. These last 5 minutes are going to go by pretty quick. Feel for these guys right now a little bit. You know how hard they're working. You know how they want to come out and have a good showing tonight against Lake Hamilton. They feel they sense they're on the verge as a program of some positive things happening. This is a little bit of a setback for them as far tonight, but it's just part of the process, part of growth. I really turned back and forth to these two guys up in the box, Coach Lloyd and Coach Stewart. But Coach Stewart, why don't you go ahead? What's your talk as far as tonight before you get on that bus?
Oh, obviously it didn't go like we wanted it to, like we planned and worked for it to, but that's athletics, and I think the challenge now is to leave that one here, regroup. Boys, we're going to have 4 good days of practice and bounce back and be a whole new team that's learned through this experience.
I agree. Kicker's a good kicker, man. Put that one in the end zone.
Siloam's offense back on the field. Benson and Short in the backfield. Benson's going to hand it off to Short. Zone off the left side. Still running hard down to the 25-yard line. Good run for Mason Short. Second and 5. Benson to drop back. He's going to keep it himself. He's got some room over the middle. He's going to be taken down at the 38. That'll be a first down.
Athletic play by Benson. Just keep this thing moving. Let's go down here and let's score here.
Benson drops back, throws across the middle. That pass is caught by Boaz Benson. He makes it almost to midfield. He's going to get to the 49-yard line. That's another first down for the Panthers.
Boaz a little slow getting up there. He's played a lot of snaps tonight.
Benson, low snap. He throws it out to the left side. That pass is caught. Hudson Lockridge on the reception. It's a gain of 8.
Nice play. Good timing. Actually threw the ball before he even had turned around. And
yeah, it's what you want to see.
Good looking little out route.
Benson, low snap. Throws it. He's got Mason Short out of the backfield, up the sideline, across the 10. He bullies him over into the end zone. Touchdown for the Panthers.
Good job, Mason.
One thing you don't ever have to question is Mason Short's effort. I guarantee you that. Good series there. Good series for Benson. Good series for the offensive line. Good series getting the ball out to your athletes and making positive plays. Cutting the scoring here just to take something positive into the locker room.
A couple nice passes. Titus right there.
Yeah, I think you're going to see him, Coach, throw more and more on time as he matures and develops.
Snaps down. Aguilar's kick is good. J.J. Johnson and Marcus back deep to kick. He's going to be caught at the 28-yard line, and he's tackled at the 41.
Pretty close. Lake Hamilton's got it. I think they got to get one first down here. I'm interested to see what Lakeside does here. Just close it out. Coach Gilder probably just going to run the ball here. Obviously, I don't think they're quite in a kneel situation quite yet. I think they got to get one first down.
First 4 times when we had outside or when we had leverage.
Davenport to take the snap. It's fumbled. It's fumbled again. Davenport dives back on it. He'll lose a yard. Second down. Well, Coach, we got Van Buren coming in next week for homecoming. Be a big week for the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime homecoming's exciting, for the kids in the school and the alumni coming back to the football game. It's a game that we are going to have an opportunity to not only compete in but win. It's a big game for us, as we go in, 6 teams go to the playoffs, and if you pick up a couple wins throughout the conference season, you're going to go to the playoffs. Something that's hadn't happened in Siloam Springs in quite some time.
That'll bring up third down. Just under a minute 20 to play. Lake Hamilton, I believe, can run out the clock. Takes the snap off to the right side. He's tackled right at midfield. I believe they're going to give him nope, they're going to mark it as 4th down. Now they're going to move the chains.
He got a first down. It's a friendly spot, but, at this point, it is over. Again, I hope everyone has a safe trip back home. Really enjoyed just working with you two guys, and Coach Lloyd and Coach Stewart. We look forward to getting home, though, and playing in Siloam Springs this next week, and nothing better than coming home, getting ready for homecoming, and getting focused on Van Buren. We're going to put this one in the rearview mirror. Again, a lot of positive things for our kids. Tonight wasn't how we wanted it, but I have full expectation that we'll build off this and get ready for Van Buren. Everybody have a safe night, have a great weekend, and let's go next week and get after it. Go Panthers.